football season. It's good to have you, Nick. I'm sure you had a fun-filled weekend that we'll be discussing with you.
My weekends are always great. And, yeah, hey, it's good to be here. Big win for the Razorbacks.
Yes. Yep.
I'm here to rain on everyone's parade, though, and say doesn't really change anything, but it was a big win for Arkansas this weekend.
I thought you were going to rain on everyone's parade and say the refereeing wasn't as bad as people said. I thought that was the parade people wanted to have today.
Yeah, man. That was a rough one. I will say this, though, and, of course, I tweeted out that they were cheating, but, I kind of was just feeding into what everybody else was saying. Do I think that refs mess games up at times? Yes, I do. But do I think that they blatantly go out there and go, okay, I want LSU to win? No. I think, and I could be wrong, Tommy, and you correct me if I'm wrong. I think officials get into the flow of a game, just like basketball players get into a flow, football players get into a flow. I think they get into a flow, and whenever they kind of set the tone of, like, this is how the game's going to go, these are the type of fouls that we're going to call, these are the type of fouls that we're not going to call, sometimes teams see that and they take advantage of the flow, however the referee has kind of set the tone. And so I felt like this weekend, why it was so lopsided is LSU saw what the refs were calling, they saw what the refs weren't calling, and then LSU kind of got into the flow of that and got into the rhythm of what was going to be called a foul. And that's kind of how it went. But I never think that an official, outside of the guy that used to bet on the games, I never think an official does that.
Well, let's talk about actual players in the game. Gafford, once again, just –
what does he like about LSU? Something about him.
Yeah, undresses LSU. And some guy named Keyshawn Embry-Simpson joined the team this weekend. I think most of the fans did not know this guy was on the team. He was the difference maker.
He was.
16 points out of nowhere in 22 minutes, and you say, well, trust me, you don't win the game without this guy.
Mm-mm.
This dude,
what do you have?
This dude won you the game. Yeah,
13 or 12 in the first half. Yeah, I mean, he was the biggest difference. And not only did he win you the game, but prior to this, he wasn't hitting anything. So it's not like he's averaging 8 and now he goes to 16. He wasn't doing a thing. He wasn't contributing at all. And, in fact, it seemed like every time he shot, it was a turnover because he wasn't making any shots. He wasn't getting any assists. So he definitely stepped up big.
Well, what was crazy about this game, too, because there's a lot of things we're going to unfold, and, of course, we're going to get into all those things as the show goes on. But you think about it, and I'm sure that when you guys were watching, you thought the same thing. When Daniel Gafford fouled out, which it was him, Jalen Harris, and Gabe Osabuono all had fouled out. He was the third player to foul out. I sat back, I was like, well, Arkansas is going to lose this one. They're going to give up this 18-point lead, which it was a close game when Daniel Gafford fouled out. I think it was like with a minute and a half, 2 minutes left to go in the game. And it was back and forth. I said, and I think that most people did, was like, it's all over for the Razorbacks because without your best player on there, who are you going to rely on?
I didn't think you could win it without Jalen Harris because who was going to bring the ball up against that pressure?
Yeah.
Who was going to handle the basketball again? Because that was how you let an 18-point lead get away. Was the press. That's how LSU got back in the game, was the press. And I if you'd have told me they were going to win without Gafford and Harris on the floor, I'd have said, no. How much? How much you want to bet?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to go to overtime, and that's why I thought it was over. I was like, Gafford's out. This game's going to go into overtime. You're not going to have Gafford, and you're going to look up and LSU's going to win by 10. But LSU has actually, if you go back and look at all of their games, the biggest difference that they've had and the thing that they've had working for them is they know how to finish. And everybody that they've played against doesn't know how to finish. Like, Missouri was up on LSU 5 or 6 points under a minute, and somehow they lost by 5. And, and I can go on down the list of how many teams played LSU close, but at the end, LSU knows how to finish, and then the other teams don't. And man, I just didn't think Arkansas was going to be able to get a good attempt off, and it ended up being LSU taking 2 or 3 bad attempts at the end.
Well, that was something that, of course, I wanted to bring up because, again, there's a lot of things going on in this game. But the play of the game, in my opinion, was the decision by LSU to try to throw an alley-oop with 36 seconds left to go in the game.
Yeah.
And they had like 20-some-odd seconds left in the shot clock.
That was awful.
And and they had the lead. And so I'm sitting there, and when that happened – and because, of course, it was an errant pass. It went off the back of the backboard or whatever, so it was out of bounds, Arkansas's ball. And I mean, I follow a lot of people, LSU beat writers and whatnot, and they were just as shocked as I was. I couldn't believe that was a play. I couldn't believe that gave Arkansas the victory, essentially, because you gave them an opportunity to bring it down the court and all of that. And so when I saw that, it was just like, man, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Sometimes it's like
because you were up, or LSU was up 89-88 at that point.
That's right.
And that gave Arkansas the chance to move ahead by the final score.
And it makes me think, I was like, you know what, that would be something that would happen to Arkansas. It'd be Arkansas like Jalen Harris trying to throw an oop to Daniel Gafford or something like that. That would be an Arkansas type of play, but it was nice for Razorback fans to kind of be on the beneficial side of that for once. And to see that not only happen, but for them to get the opportunity, Mason Jones go down and hit a big shot. And then also, I'll hate to use the word lucky, but it was where LSU had a couple of decent looks at the end of the game to hit a shot. I believe it was Naz Reid that had a really good look, but just couldn't finish.
Okay, Isaiah Joe saves it back in bounds on LSU's end of the floor.
Yes.
Your thought on that? Because, I mean, one of my first thoughts when learning to play basketball in like third grade was you never save the ball in bounds on your opponent's end of the floor because it's always 5-on-4.
Yeah.
But the clock would stop, give them a chance to set something up. Maybe they use a timeout there because Will Wade had chosen not to use his timeout there and just kind of let it play out. You okay with him saving that in that kind of set up one of those opportunities, or is that one you let it go out of bounds?
That time,
that'd have been a baseline inbound.
Right. That time I was okay with it, but in the future, because how many times?
Because as a rule, you don't do that, right?
Yes. How many times do you see yourself saving it in bounds, and as you throw it right to the other team, and then they shoot a layup? So as a rule moving forward, I probably would just let it go out of bounds. But once you see how it played out, I'd much rather LSU have done that versus getting the ball right under the basket. And, oh, by the way, you don't have Daniel Gafford in. And not only did you not have Daniel Gafford, but now you only have one post player in.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out, obviously, because Arkansas wins the game. But that was dangerous, I thought. Thought they avoided one there because, as we were talking about, on that trip in LSU's half court, they got a couple decent looks that all hit the rim, but none went down.
This is for sure going to be the what-if season, though. And I can already hear it. I can already see it. Arkansas is going to have a couple other games like this where they beat somebody probably that they shouldn't beat. And at the end of the year, whenever they're on the bubble or whenever they're in the NIT, whatever the case may be, we're going to go back and look at – because, Arkansas could have beat LSU the first time around.
Yep.
And Arkansas could have beat Texas, and Arkansas could have beat – and we're going to go – they could have beat Georgia Tech. They could have beat
Arkansas
Western
could be
Kentucky.
A ranked team right now.
And so this is going to be the what-if season. What if they could have finished this? What if they could have finished that? What if they had a few better players? And I can already see
there's really only been two games, I would say – now, correct me if I'm missing one. Indiana and then LSU on Saturday that they won, and you said, boy, they were that could have went the other way. Am I missing any other game that was close? I mean,
there was a few games that were close, like Texas A&M on the road. They only beat by 2 points in that game, and it was a close matchup. And Texas State they only beat by 3. So there were some other close games too. But yeah, those were the big ones that could have easily.
I really felt like in those two games they really escaped.
Oh, yes, yes.
Really escape. I know there's been close games, but those two games, it seemed like they just to reverse the they divide defeat.
Well, in the Indiana game, remember the guy missed a layup.
Yeah,
right,
it was
point blank,
wide open.
I mean, had the ball palmed in his hand. It was right under the basket and missed it.
You add all that up and you equate all. Arkansas's probably 2 wins better than their record indicates right now, maybe 3 could be.
Well,
depends on how you want to balance. I'm just saying there's a couple of games that could have went the other way. We look at the Texas game, we look at Western Kentucky, we look at some of those Georgia Tech game. But there's also, to me, I look at the Indiana and the LSU game where, boy, you had it. You were staring defeat right down the barrel, right down the barrel of the gun, and somehow you got a pardon.
If you knew how to finish, though, yeah. Because, and we talked about this, the biggest difference from whenever Mike had the really good team with Bobby Portis and Mike Qualls, and then came back the next year and went 15-15 or 14-14, whatever that record was. The biggest difference was in games decided by 5 points with Bobby Portis and those guys, they were like 10-2, and then the next year they were like 2-10. And that's going to be the same song this year.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that we're going to get to. We're going to continue to talk about the Razorback basketball game. There was a Super Bowl played last night. I don't know if anybody heard about it. It was in all the papers this morning. So we'll talk about all of that was happening with that and get some quick hitting headlines. And, of course, your phone calls, 877-377-6963 is the number to call in on a Monday morning quarterback presented by Crabtree RV.
Yeah, Crabtree RV in Alma. You want to check out everything going on there because they just wrapped up the Greater Fort Smith Outdoor RV and Boat Show. So they've got tons of inventory that they took in on trade-in. Very successful show, so lots of clean trades. You want to check those out. And they just want to say thank you to all the folks that stopped in and checked out all the great deals on all the great stuff that was there for the Greater Fort Smith RV, Boat, and Outdoor Show. It was all at Crabtree RV in Alma. Find out more and check out all the great trade-ins they took in as well. All at Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off of I-40, Crabtree RV. It's where your family's dreams come true.
Monday morning quarterback presented by Exit 13 off I-40.
The folks at Crabtree RV in Alma would like to say thank you for the overwhelming success of this year's Greater Fort Smith RV, Boat, and Outdoor Show. We took in so many top-quality trades that we are now overstocked with pre-owned inventory. So if you've been looking for that motorhome, fifth wheel, or travel trailer, now is the time to buy. We have the right RV for your next adventure at a fraction of the original MSRP. Shop us today. Crabtree RV, next to the Cracker Barrel in Alma. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because Lowe's offers pros brands they rely on every day, like America's most trusted water heater brand, A.O. Smith. Choose from several models available in stock and ready in emergencies, if that's when you need them. Plus, save 5% on every purchase every day when you use your Lowe's Business Credit account. So, Pro, now that you know, let's get started. Offer subject to credit approval. Can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
This is the Morning Rush.
Now you can get award-winning Memphis-style barbecue in Fort Smith at the Whole Hog Cafe on Burrow Road across from Cisterna Plaza off 71 South. Feast on world champion barbecue with our famous potato salad and smoky sweet baked beans while watching sports on the big screens. Plan your business meeting in the banquet room that seats 40, and if it's a morning meeting, the coffee's on us. We cater any event, large or small, and provide servers if you like. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with a convenient drive-thru. It's the Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith. Follow us on Facebook for daily specials.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Let's go to the Warehouse Club or the big chain tire store and buy some tires. Why? You think you're saving money? You aren't. Jody'sAuto.com has the best tire brands at the same prices as the Warehouse Club or chain. Price match guarantee and free flat repair to everyone. At the club or chain, you will pay for road hazard protection. Not at Jody'sAuto.com. Free road hazard when you buy 4 tires. What else do they have? Tires and installation, 1 location. Jody'sAuto.com, 3 locations. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, air conditioning, steering and suspension, everything, one stop. Not one stop for every service, one stop for all of it. Best warranty on service and repairs anywhere. Spend $30. Get free roadside assistance. Yeah, that's what you get when you deal with a local company established in 1984 with a motto of do what's right. Jody'sAuto.com for tires and all the rest.
The big store-wide winter clearance sale is going on now at Jelco Outdoors. Save 50% off work, casual, and hunting clothing with brands like Woolrich, Sitlock, Drake, and more. Tree stands, game cameras, game calls, archery equipment, hunting boots, and hundreds of items at 50% off. Shop while the selection is at its best. Thinking about spring? Check out the new fishing kayaks and all the new fishing gear at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Well, the new year is in full swing and it's business as usual. but it doesn't have to be. If you're stuck with an old phone system or an old slow internet connection, chances are the technology curve has passed you by. Why not let Pinnacle Telecom help you get back up to speed? With lightning-fast fiber internet connections and IP phone systems, Pinnacle Telecom can ensure you're not left behind. Get 4 new IP phones for as little as $99 per month. Check us out at pinnacletelecom.com. Pinnacle Telecom, tomorrow's technology today.
Tired of all the broken promises and broken equipment at your current gym? The Fort Smith Athletic Club is the nicest and most well-equipped fitness and tennis club in the area, with a state-of-the-art fitness center, Pilates, fitness classes, personal and group training, and the best tennis facilities in the region. 7 outdoor courts, 5 indoor courts, plus pickleball and racquetball courts, and free child care is included. The Fort Smith Athletic Club. Call 452-4031 for membership information.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skinned knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call me, Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
Or call me, Jim Malum in Charleston.
ESPN 95.3. Be sure to check out The Morning Rush, Halftime, and Ruskin is Ranting podcasts, all available at hitthatline.com. Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Going to get into some quick hitting headlines, and they are presented by Williams Tractor.
Yes, the Kick the Tires event going on right now at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and in Berryville. During the Kick the Tires event, you can find great in-store deals and financing options on New Holland equipment. We're talking tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, and construction equipment. This is now through March 31st, so hurry in and check out the savings during the Kick the Tires event at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and in Berryville.
The Super Bowl was played last night, and the Patriots won 13-3. And it really wasn't even that entertaining of a final score. No one scored a touchdown until the very final quarter, late in the game. But if you're a defensive fan, if you like defensive football, you probably got quite the entertaining game. But for the rest of us, it was pretty ho-hum. In fact,
I didn't think it was a boring game at all.
I did.
I thought it was a good chess match.
Yeah. I didn't think it was a bad football game. I just thought it was a boring football game. I don't think it was bad football being
Then why
played.
did you keep watching?
Because I had to talk about it this morning.
It wasn't like I said, it wasn't a bad football game.
No, it's just boring.
I just don't know why people think you have to score 100 points for it to be entertaining.
No, you don't have to score 100, but you got to score more than 3.
To me, like some of these Big 12 games that are 65-63, a basketball score in a football game, that's terrible football. That is not good football at all.
And I don't want that.
And
I just wanted more points than 13-3. That's all.
But I thought last night's game, all of the what was it? They put the graphic up, and Romo was circling all the punts, but all the series where the Rams only had 5 plays, the Patriots weren't having a whole lot more success. When Edelman caught the pass there in the third quarter, what was it? A 27-yard play was the longest of the game at that point. I thought it was I thought the coaching decisions going back and forth, really Belichick versus Wade Phillips, if you will, was a very interesting watch last night.
As far as the defense goes, I think both teams had a fantastic defensive game plan. I mean, if I told you, and I'm sure if I told the Rams, hey, Rams, Tom Brady's not going to throw a touchdown pass in this game, the Rams probably think, oh, we're winning. I mean, if you held Tom Brady to not throwing even a touchdown pass, you probably think you would win. But the Patriots defense, and you got to give credit to Brett Bielema. I think that's where it all comes down to. Brett Bielema and the addition that he had with the Patriots.
That is the difference.
That was the difference. I mean, he was supposed to be defensive coordinator coming up, so obviously went in with a game plan. But
it'd be interesting to see if that actually happens.
I know. I'm curious, too.
Did you see Price Holmes' tweet? He tweeted something about, for all of you that was talking about how sorry Bielema was and how sorry these Arkansas players were. They're on their way to winning a Super Bowl.
Oh,
and I mean, like, everybody was in his comments like, oh, yeah, Brett Bielema was the reason the Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Oh, no, there was a lot of people that felt that way. That was just like they were almost like, this is shushing the haters of Brett Bielema because I'm like,
it's like, no,
are
it's
you
not.
Oh, okay.
It's
It had nothing to do with Belichick
It's
or
not.
Brady or anything. It's Brett Bielema.
Yeah.
But that's just people who, love Brett Bielema and hated the way that he was so-called treated by everybody else. So, yeah, listen, we're going to talk all about the elements of this Super Bowl as the show goes on.
Including the halftime.
Including the halftime show.
Whatever that was.
Including the commercials that, it was just, I thought everything about this Super Bowl was pretty, like the game itself was actually the best part. And that's, coming from me, that's saying something. Because normally I feel like I like the Super Bowl halftime performance or the commercials a little more, or the funny post-game press conferences and whatnot, which is also a funny thing we'll get into. But it just felt like everything surrounding the Super Bowl was really lame. And maybe I'm getting old. I start to think and wonder.
I thought it was the worst batch of commercials as a whole.
It was terrible. What commercials
we've ever had?
What commercial stood out to you as being like, man, this one was great?
The NFL 100.
That one was great.
Good.
I like that one.
I got a chuckle out of the bubbly water with Michael Bublé, and he called the guy Dave.
Yeah.
When he was Dave, I thought it was
funny. It gave you a chuckle.
That was not a great commercial, but it's memorable. It made me laugh. Other than that, there weren't many that just were. Boy, that was a great commercial.
I had a hard time staying awake throughout everything. Like, it's just everything, just a mixture. And then normally, even if the game's a little slower, okay, here comes the halftime show. And they just got that all wrong.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Well, see, and that's what I start to wonder because, at some point in time, and I was actually talking with Blake Edens about this last night on Twitter. Like, at some point in time, you begin to wonder, okay, is it me just getting old and me not understanding this? Like, at what point in time do you, hit that point where, no, it's actually good, you're just too old to get it?
Are you talking about the halftime show?
Well, no, I'm just talking about that or the commercials or whatever. Because to me, even, I don't know.
I think funny is funny and good is good.
Yeah,
and,
that's how I think, too.
And this is how I've been with the Super Bowl. There have been multiple times that there have been halftime shows or whatever that's not necessarily my type of genre of music, but I like it still. And last night wasn't it.
Yeah, God.
I still do not understand when we look at research and we see what listeners want to hear. Country music across the country, not just in our markets, across the country is the most listened to radio format.
That's right.
Without exception. And when's the last time a country act has ever done the Super Bowl? They don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the aversion is to that. Why the pushback?
Yeah, and I don't understand it.
I think they boycotted it this year.
Well, I see. I don't. And again, we'll talk about this later. But I don't understand how you have so much money and so much resource to put into a halftime show, to put into a concert, and it seems like more often than not it's terrible. And that's what I don't understand. Less is more. Don't have 3 or 4 artists. Have one great artist. Put on a great show. And call it good. 877-377-6963 is the number to call, and we'll get to your phone calls coming next on The Morning Rush.
The folks at Crabtree RV in Alma would like to say thank you for the overwhelming success of this year's Greater Fort Smith RV. We took in so many top-quality trades that we are now overstocked with pre-owned inventory. So if you've been looking for that motorhome, fifth wheel, or travel trailer, now is the time to buy. We have the right RV for your next adventure at a fraction of the original MSRP. Shop us today. Crabtree RV, next to the Cracker Barrel in Alma. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
Today's the day to get motivated, to be inspired, to start listening. And now, with Audible, for just $14.95 a month, you get any audiobook of your choice and 2 Audible originals. Plus, for the first time ever, exclusive fitness and wellness programs, all included with your membership. And if you don't like a book, exchange it at any time. So make today the day you start listening to Audible. Start your 30-day trial and get your first audiobook for free at audible.com.
It's time for some straight talk. The big wireless companies charge a boatload for their superior network coverage. But guess what? Straight Talk uses the same cell towers but charges a lot less. Who knew? Well, now you do. And I do. So let's do something. It's time to switch to Straight Talk. Unlimited plans start as low as $35 a month on America's largest, most dependable networks. Straight Talk Wireless. Only at Walmart.
Savings may vary. A month equals 30 days. Please refer always to the latest terms and conditions of service at straighttalk.com.
Introducing Wrangler Outdoor. Pants and shirts that keep you dry and comfortable in all conditions. Featuring quick-drying, water-repellent fabric and UPF protection, Wrangler Outdoor ensures you're ready for wherever the day takes you, whether it's a walk in the city or a trek in the wilderness. Wrangler Outdoor, clothing with everyday versatility and outdoor credibility.
The morning show that knows the Hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
You're born amazing, and at Baptist Health, we want to keep you that way. In fact, that's our mission, to not only provide the most skilled doctors and nurses to heal you from sickness or injury, and comprehensive care to support your recovery, but also to be your guide to health. Also, you can keep on inspiring, keep on reaching, and keep on amazing. For the care that keeps you amazing, visit Baptist-Health.com.
This is Mark Hurst. So many times, a friend or acquaintance will see me at a ball game or maybe at church and tell me that they really need to come in and have their teeth cleaned or have a tooth fixed, but because they don't have dental insurance, they're worried about the cost. That's why at Hurst Family Dental Care, we offer a dental discount plan to any of our patients that don't have insurance. Give us a call at 474-1972 to learn more about the Hurst Family Dental Care Dental Discount Plan. Hurst Family Dental Care, a name you know and a name you can trust.
ESPN 95.3. Don't just listen. Watch The Morning Rush on Hit That Line's Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube page.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on the best and the worst of the weekend, presented by Southern Tire Mart.
Yeah, Southern Tire Mart is your source in the River Valley and beyond for your favorite brands of tires. They're all over the area, and they'll meet or beat any advertised price on the same tire. So if you're shopping for tires, this is the place to go. Choose from America's favorite brands like Michelin, B.F. Goodrich, and know that you're going to get safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires with exceptional value. Plus, they got a great oil change special as well. Check that out. Big savings and the best service is at Southern Tire Mart.
Let's go to the phone lines. Melanie is in Harrison. Good morning, Melanie.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's going on with you?
Oh, I was just going to chime in on my thoughts on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah.
It sucked. It was awful. The game was awful. I mean, it was great as far as defenses go, but it was it was just awful, okay?
So what was your favorite part of the whole Super Bowl experience, or did you even have one?
Well, my favorite part, I really love Maroon 5. I think they're great. What was disappointing to me was they didn't complete one song. They did like portions of 6 songs, I think, and that was it. And I didn't mind Travis Scott with his Big Boy. Was that his name?
Yes, Big Boy from Outkast.
They were pretty good. I like those two in there. I like them mixing it up, and I know I know why they did it, because of the Colin Kaepernick fiasco. Which, I'm sorry, I have to say this right here, right now.
Hey, hang on, Melanie. So they let the rappers up there because Kaepernick?
No. They had to get let me see, how do I want to word this? They had to include artists that wouldn't have an issue performing.
Because of the people protesting or artists protesting.
And they had artists
show.
turn them down for this issue, too. So.
That's what I meant. You had Rihanna, and I don't even remember Cardi B saying they weren't going to do it because of Colin Kaepernick and all that other stuff. Well, I'm sorry. I have to say this about Colin Kaepernick. He had one good season. One. After that, he just couldn't play. He wasn't good. I don't care what anybody says. And I know that's why he's not on the team, because he can't play.
Well, hang on 1 second. So that's not why he's on the team. He's not on the team because he's a distraction. He is one of the best 60 quarterbacks in the world, or how many ever NFL teams there are. He's one of the better quarterbacks.
32,
yeah, the best 64 quarterbacks in the league. But if you're going to be that big of a distraction, you better be a Hall of Famer.
And he's not.
Yeah, he's not. He's not going to get that. And nobody's going to take a chance on him because they can't afford it.
It's a high risk, high reward for that matter. But
high risk, high reward. I'm sorry. Look at what the Eagles did when they picked up Michael Vick. Okay, now Michael Vick had a major issue. He was in prison. He was in hard prison for dogfighting and whatever. There was other stuff involved there. But, I mean, they took a risk on him, a chance on him, and it paid off. He was really good. Do you really think Kaepernick is more talented than Michael Vick? I don't.
No, I don't either. And I don't think anybody's going to take a risk on Colin. And not at this point. They're too far in.
Got a friend of mine that no matter what's going on with their school or someone else's school, what cheating issue has happened today, it's the response, well, at least it ain't dogfighting.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's about as bad as it's gotten.
Yeah. Well, appreciate the phone call, Melanie, by the way. And, there was a lot of people that took issue with the halftime show.
Yep.
Mine was just more I didn't really know what was going on.
Hey, is your cable bill, satellite bill too high? Did you not watch the game in style last night because you don't have high def in every room? It's time to call World of Wireless, 877-305-DISH. WOW can take care of installing high def in every room, even 4K if you got those new 4K TVs. And the all-new Hopper system right now gives you the ability to record up to 16 programs at one time. Call WOW now. 3 TVs in your house, under $85 a month with World of Wireless. 877-305-DISH. That's 877-305-3474.
Callaway Epic Fairway Woods are in stock now at the Golf Nut. Also, tailor-made M5 and M6 drivers, Fairway Woods and irons are available for 2019. Ping G410 irons are available with the driver, and Fairway Woods are coming soon. Book a time in their hitting bays with the new TrackMan technology or play around on one of the many golf courses on the simulator. The Golf Nut has been Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994. As always, check them out on Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your go-to place for everything golf.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resource with big news about how you can save hundreds or even thousands with state sales tax paid. That's right, get your nicer newer car now and we'll pick up the state sales tax. It's our most popular offer, but whew, it's expensive, so we can't do it forever. And you want to be the first one in line for the best selection from our Meineke inspected Rath Road Ready inventory. We know a lot of you are waiting on tax refund money, which may have been slowed down due to the recent government shutdown. Don't sweat it. Bring in your W-2 and we'll use our TaxMax program to get you access to your money now and get you driving in your nicer newer car today. But don't wait. This offer is only good for the first 72 customers this month. So visit us today and let one of our friendly non-commissioned solution specialists help you start driving better in a Rath Road Ready vehicle with state sales tax paid. Only at Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer 4 years running. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. Just north of the corner of Towson and Phoenix in Fort Smith or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
It's February tax season at Frank Rowe Furniture. Don't pay too much for your furniture and wait days to get it in. We will deliver it for free.
We're also offering 25% off on all cash sales and 15% off on our in-store no credit check financing. We carry many made in the USA brands and also carry TVs and appliances, including 100% made in the USA Speed Queen washers and dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture, 25% off cash and 15% off financing with free delivery. Frank Rowe Furniture, best seats in the house.
ESPN 95.3. Spitting the most fire takes you'll ever hear. This is the Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a Monday morning. Quarterback presented by Crabtree RV.
Yeah, great day to be talking the Super Bowl and the Razorbacks and LSU. If you missed anything this weekend because you were out camping but you weren't doing it in style, time to see our friends at Crabtree RV in Alma. They just wrapped up the Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show, and they took in a lot of great trades. So if you're looking for a great deal on a pre-owned travel trailer, RV, or motorhome, they've got them following this week-long, 8-day or so event that they've had at Crabtree RV. So they're cleaning up that inventory that they've taken in after a big weekend. They can make you a great deal right now. They got to get it moved out because they sold dozens of new units during this show. So they've taken in dozens of new, clean trade-ins as well. So go by and see Lee J and the gang. Exit 13 off of I-40 in Alma. It's at Crabtree RV where your family's dreams come true.
Now, I want to ask a simple question and then add a follow-up question to that. Is Tom Brady the greatest football player of all time?
football player.
Football player. Just
No.
all the
I don't
positions.
know.
everything.
No.
Okay.
It's hard to.
No.
Okay. Greatest quarterback?
Yes.
And we have to get away from this. There's a difference in the most accomplished, greatest career, and the greatest individual. And people make this argument all the time. The best Razorback basketball player to ever wear the jersey was Sidney Moncrief.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're ranking them, Corliss Williamson has a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going one. And then after that, we can go on. But I mean, Ron Brewer Sr., he was a better individual player than probably Corliss Williamson was. So we just have to try to separate, that there is a difference in most accomplished and greatest.
So what would you say Tom Brady is? He just the most accomplished?
No, he's by far the most accomplished. That's not even close.
He makes throws though that Montana.
Yeah,
didn't.
no. And he can
may
be
the
the greatest quarterback as well. I just don't know the greatest person to ever play in the NFL.
I mean, I have a tough time because there's so many positions in the NFL, especially and in football in general, that it's hard to say. But the only reason I'm bringing that up is because when we in our minds think of the greatest athletes in American history, in American sports, the first thing that comes to mind is like Michael Jordan or Muhammad Ali. Or Tiger Woods. Well, Usain was not from the United States, but just United States. Sorry, but just Tiger Woods gets thrown in there too. And I guess my question is Tom Brady in that conversation? As far as if you were making a Mount Rushmore, and I don't want to start this whole bidding, but if you're making a Mount Rushmore of sports figures in the United States history, is Tom Brady up there?
I saw a Twitter poll this morning that had 45,000 votes already. That was, which one is the greater GOAT, Jordan or Tom Brady? And it was a dead even 50-50 with 45,000 votes.
Wow. So did you vote in that poll?
I voted Jordan.
Okay. You see, and that's the thing is because if you take Tom Brady's accomplishments and all that, but I think one of the things that makes it so impressive of what he's done is his first Super Bowl was in 2001. And his most recent Super Bowl was in 2019.
It's hard to be a GOAT without longevity.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the ones that we hold up and say they're the greatest of all time. They had careers that span decades. They did it for 10 or more seasons. What Brady has done is unbelievable at 41 years old?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no signs of slowing down.
Oh, he's going to be back.
I would be shocked, I mean, I'd be shocked if there was any decision to not play football for the next 2 or 3 years, barring some kind of serious injury that, no one could forecast.
I thought somebody may have reported that he was going to play for the next 4 years.
Well,
I mean, I think he said that like getting a 45 or whatever. Yeah, it's like something he always wanted to do. But then the thing is like, I can't doubt him.
I don't think I know he's technically 41, but his body's not 41.
Yes, because he doesn't get touched.
Wait, that
helps. Yeah,
he eats nothing but plants, and
well, he takes care of himself,
right?
And that's one of the things.
He has the discipline to do things that most don't.
Yeah,
and that's why he's healthier at 41 than most. And you're right, the rules of the game have allowed him to stay healthier, and he's one of the reasons why the rules have changed. Yep. When he took the hit in the knee and injured his knee,
it's out for the season.
What was that? 10 years ago now,
roughly,
when Matt Castle came in, and that's about then, something like that, 8 or 10 years ago, whatever year that was. It hurt the entire league. Ratings were down, revenues were down. And the league said no more.
That's probably the only, and it's not a blemish, but that's the only thing that makes you raise your eyebrows is Matt Castle has never been able to play in this league ever, and he won. Did he win 11 games?
Yeah, he won 11-5. They missed the playoffs. Somehow, they won 11-5
because their division was unreal that year.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that makes you raise your eyebrows a little bit is and like Matt Castle has not been able to play in this league, and then
but he got paid.
And he didn't start that year thinking he was going to be the starter. And for those of you out there, like in the offseason, you put in things specifically for, quarterback one. And a lot of plays that Tom Brady likes to run, this guy. And so having to change those things up. And then Matt Castle won 11 games with some of the similar guys, but now Tom Brady came back and he won, of course, more than 11. But that's probably the only thing that kind of makes you raise your eyebrows just a little bit is is okay. Well, this other guy that's never been to play anywhere came in and won 11 games.
I mean, the guy's got 6 Super Bowl rings. Yeah. 6. Where the guy that had the most next to him was 4. And the thing is you thought 4 was going to be almost impossible because the way that the game is played and how tough it is to be that good for that long is almost impossible.
And I'm not one of the ones either. I've never understood this. I'm not one of the ones. So for people that like to say, well, Jordan was 6 for 6, and then Tom Brady is 6 for whatever he is. So
6 for 9 or
we're
whatever,
punishing people for going to the championship game.
Yeah.
I've never,
which is an accomplishment in and of itself.
I've never understood that argument. So basically, we're saying the years that Jordan got bounced in the first round,
they don't count.
Those years don't count. But when Tom Brady made it to the championship and lost, that does count.
See, that's to me the most impressive thing about what Brady and just the Patriots organization has done. 9 of 18 Super Bowl appearances. I mean, just wrap your mind around that.
50% of the time you're playing for the Super Bowl.
Over basically more or less 2 decades.
Mm-hmm. And
they've made 9 of the last 18.
And listen, if you think about some of the great players and great teams that they've gone up against, that they've competed against and whatnot, I think that makes it even more impressive too, because it wasn't like it was just they had this super team of nothing but Hall of Famers and like the Golden State Warriors, and they were just able to beat everybody because of talent alone.
Well, but think about some of the ones they've lost, like the Tyree catch and just some of the crazy things that had to happen, or how many would they have at this point? I mean, to me, that's the other thing that's kind of the untold story that or not much talked about part of the story.
The craziest part about all this is freaking Eli Manning has 2 championships during this dynasty. Like, what?
Over the Patriots.
Hey.
And Peyton has 1.
Yeah.
Like, just
if it wasn't for Tom Brady. Yeah, that's right. He
technically with the Broncos, but it wasn't because of him.
Right. He won 1 with the Broncos and 1 with the Colts. But can you imagine how many Peyton Manning would have won while he was with the Colts?
3 or 4
Tom
maybe.
Brady had not existed in the same conference?
Yeah. I mean, it might be the most. Is it the most impressive sports dynasty of all time? Because we've seen some great ones. The Bulls dynasty was impressive. You had that Yankees dynasty there for a while. I mean, you've seen some dynasties, but is the Patriots the most impressive dynasty in all sports?
And of course, this is pre all of us. But I mean, the Celtics and Bill Russell winning 11 or 12. Now, the game then there weren't as many teams, but winning 11 championships, that's pretty impressive. The Bulls. And one reason why I have to kind of lean maybe Jordan. Jordan won 3, took off for 2 years, and then came back and won 3 more. And like Jordan would have won 8 in a row.
Yeah,
he would have, because there was no difference in the dynamic of any teams. Guys didn't get older or any of that. He would have won 8 in a row. So that was pretty impressive as well.
But there's nothing comparable in professional football.
No, I can't. I mean, there's.
I mean, the only thing comparable is in college football with Alabama.
Alabama, yeah.
It's the only thing you can really. I mean, I don't know. Could you go back and compare some of the Lombardi teams in the '60s and that era of Green Bay football, and maybe make a comparison? Perhaps
they weren't winning 9 of 18.
They weren't in 9 of 18.
Yeah. And the way that the game is played and how the NFL is done with free agencies and all of this stuff, again, that's why it's like, and then not to discount what people did way back when in the day, because I think that was impressive as it is, but just given how much more parity there is available, not always there, but it's available, where teams can sign free agents to max contracts, they can move people around, they can do all those things. The fact that it's been consistent, it's been the same coach, the same quarterback, and those are the only consistents. He's had different offensive linemen. He's had different wide receivers. He's had different tight ends, different defensive players. Everyone's been different except for those 2 guys.
You know what the one comparison is that you could come up with would be the Buffalo Bills, who went to all those Super Bowls but lost.
Yeah.
They were consistent. At least making it to the Super Bowl. But yeah, they lost every time.
But that's a pretty good accomplishment getting there, but Jim Kelly and those teams could never –
And you think about the Cowboys back in the mid-'90s. I mean, winning 3 of 4 Super Bowls there for that stretch. That was impressive as well.
Right. I mean, in about a 5-year stretch, they were really good. But it's hard to sustain this. That's the thing that we see with Alabama, that we see with Belichick and the Patriots, is the ability to sustain and renew. And Belichick's having the same problem that that Saban's having, losing coordinators, losing assistants, having to rebuild staffs, all of his top assistants getting picked off year after year to go be head coaches somewhere else. Those guys taking key members of their staff along with them. I mean, it's going to happen today with Brian Flores being named at Miami officially. Who goes with him? I mean, machine keeps on rolling along. I mean, that's, to me, the thing you go, how does this happen?
Who's more the reason for that, Tom Brady or Belichick?
Belichick the credit for that. He's the one hiring coaches. He's the one setting the meetings. He's the one organizing.
So is he the more important out of that duo?
Well, and this is something that we talked
That's
about.
Always the debate.
We talked about this, and this is something that we're probably not going to be able to see because who leaves first? You know, is Tom Brady going to retire first or is Bill Belichick going to retire first? Because one of those guys is going to go first. I don't think they go together. I would be surprised if they did. And then maybe we'll be able to see, okay, so who was it more about? Because that's really the only way you'd be able to find out. Is this when one is without the other, can they keep it going? If Bill Belichick retires and Tom Brady stays along,
the problem though is Tom Brady will be 60 at that point. So and which I see what you're saying, but
yeah, that's the only way.
The problem now is though we'll never know.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that would be the only way you could find out because I mean Bill Belichick's no spring chicken. I mean he's 66 years old. I mean he's getting up there in age.
Or do both of them think it's the other one and they go at the same time? So they don't get exposed.
Yeah,
well,
so
Brady thinks it's Belichick that's making all of it happen, and Belichick thinks it's Brady. Well, I couldn't do this without him.
Yeah.
The truth is it's both.
It is. I mean, it is. It has to be.
The truth is Belichick couldn't take any other quarterback to 9 of 18. Now, he would find him a quarterback that could get to some Super Bowls, and he would win some Super Bowls. And Brady, if he played, pick any other of the other 31 he would have won some Super Bowls elsewhere. The two of them together, but not the two of them together, there was a magical combination.
And the only we'll have to end on this to get to commercial break, but the only thing I can maybe compare it to is like with Phil Jackson in the NBA. He could probably had some good teams and some playoff streaks and all that stuff, but he's not winning 11 titles without Jordan and Kobe. I mean, you just can't do it. So you got to have a combination of both, that is for sure. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. More of the Morning Rush coming up.
Presented by Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off I-40.
The folks at Crabtree RV in Alma would like to say thank you for the overwhelming success of this year's Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show. We took in so many top-quality trades that we are now overstocked with pre-owned inventory. So if you've been looking for that motorhome, fifth wheel, or travel trailer, now is the time to buy. We have the right RV for your next adventure at a fraction of the original MSRP. Shop us today. Crabtree RV, next to the Cracker Barrel in Alma. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
When you drive a Toyota Tundra or Tacoma, weekdays and weekends are two entirely different beasts. While an awe-inspiring view on a weekday might sound something like this.
Hon, there's a raccoon going through our trash again.
An awe-inspiring view on the weekend sounds a little more like this.
Whoa, Dad, this is crazy!
And while a bold adventure on the weekdays might be something like,
all right, kids, time to drive 3 hours to your swim meet.
Bold adventures on the weekend are closer to something like... Weekday?
Oh, cool. A standing desk.
Weekend.
Oh, cool. A ski boat.
You get the idea. Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them in the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Hurry in today. Toyota. Let's go places. Visit gstoffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and 2419.
Now is the time to talk to Burton Pools and Spas during the preseason sale. Enjoy a full swimming season in a 32 by 16 Grecian in-ground pool with payments starting at $235 a month with approved credit. That's only $235 a month. And for the first 20 customers, get a free upgrade to a saltwater pool system. Call now to make your appointment. 479-648-3483 or online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
This is the Morning Rush.
You know, a night out with friends can be so much more. Upgrade your evening at 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on the Avenue. Rediscover life's simple pleasures. Dial back, slow down, and immerse yourself in what true relaxation can be. Top shelf wines and liquors, premium beers, world-class cigars, all in an atmosphere that feels less like a lounge and more like a destination. Sample, indulge, escape. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Upgrade your night on the Avenue.
Auto Park in Fort Smith combines over 90 years of family-owned experience with the best sales and service teams around. And at Ora Auto Park, every new vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty, free maintenance for 2 years, and free car washes for the life of the vehicle. The largest selection, the biggest discounts, and the best buying experience around. These are some of the reasons why you always score more with Ora Auto Park in Fort Smith. Stop in today, or they are always open online 24/7 at oraautopark.com.
At Michelob Ultra, we know it's not just about how much you work out every day. It's about how much you work into every day, too. So we brew our beer for those who realize that expending calories should never come at the expense of spending time with friends. Those who understand that just because you work out doesn't mean you can't go out. And that's why we brew Michelob Ultra to have 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a crisp, clean taste. Michelob Ultra, brewed for those who live fit, live fun, live ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2018 Michelob Ultra Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
With your hectic schedule, it's hard to find time to keep your house clean. So for the carpets, upholstery, drapes, wood floors, and more, why not leave the cleaning to the professionals? Service Master Clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve. A clean carpet isn't all they guarantee. They have over 50 years of experience in the cleaning industry with an unrivaled reputation for service, professionalism, and customer satisfaction. Their employees are professionally trained and well-equipped. They specialize in cleaning carpets, upholstery, draperies, and wood floors to give your home that deep down clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Their knowledgeable, insured, and professional technicians will provide you with a free, no-obligation estimate you can rely on and a guarantee to do the work right the first time, or they'll do it over, no questions asked. That's Service Master Clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve.
Your number one Arkansas fans. Auto insurance and Jerry Roller Insurance is a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Jerry Roller Insurance today at 479-785-5555 or see their website at jerryroller.com. Again, that's 479-785-5555 or their website at jerryroller.com.
ESPN 95.3. Razorback videos, articles, and podcasts. Find them all at hitthatline.com. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a best and the worst of the weekend presented by Workman's Travel Center.
Yeah, Workman's Travel Center, they are more than just a convenience store. Everything you're looking for is in love making. Check out the all-new Ozark Mountain Grill in all 3 locations. Try the new Piggy Mac Burger, 2 half-pound patties, pulled pork, bacon, and cheddar cheese on a sweet bun. They've got clean facilities, easy to get in and out of, fuel up and get back on the road. And when you're headed to the game or headed to the house, it doesn't matter. Workman's Travel Center is going to make it easy for you. Again, 3 locations. In Rudy, exit 24 off of I-49. In Ozark, exit 35 off of I-40 on Highway 23 there. And in Lowell, exit 78 off I-49. It's Workman's Travel Center in Rudy, Ozark, and in Lowell.
You know what's also sad is that football season's over.
Yeah.
College football's over. NFL's over. And now
college baseball season's less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah, we have that going. But just football in general, though, it's just sad because it comes to an end, and it's just like this all the time. But luckily, there's some things to hold us over. You have spring football coming up, and that'll be something that'll give everybody their football.
Are we
fix.
already talking about spring football?
We're just teasing it. We're alluding to it because Arkansas does actually start their spring practice earlier this year than they have in the previous year. So it'll be coming up before you know it. But as far as the football side of things, everybody wants to have football in some sort, some capacity, if they don't have games or anything like that. And so that's what they're going to have with spring football. They can at least have something. They can at least talk about something. They can at least have it on their minds.
Chad Morris is really good at what he does because I feel like people are excited about the upcoming football season. And it's like, you're almost, I mean, you don't forget, but it's almost like he went 2-10, and people are like excited to see him put another product on the field.
Well, I think a lot of people are just excited about the fact that there's going to be so many different faces on the team next year that it's almost like, okay, this can either really work out where he does get a complete overhaul of the roster and it's at least better than last season, but it's at least intriguing enough to get people's attention because it's like, hey, it's going to be different than last season. Not saying the results for sure will be different. You're hoping they will be different, but at least it'll be giving you some sort of hope to where the main pieces are going to be different. You're not going to have Ty Storey. You're going to have more what it looks like Ben Hicks. You're going to have a new quarterback there. You're going to have new wide receivers. You're going to have a new offensive line. You're going to have some new defensive faces. I mean, you're going to have a lot of things going there. It's like, okay, all the things that I hated last year, all the things that made me sick to my stomach last year, at least all the faces that were involved, are gone. Not saying that they're all at a fault for what happened last season, but that's how fans see it. They just see it as it's all going to be different.
And we spent a lot of time last summer talking about if the season didn't pan out well, that recruiting class was going to be what fans clutched onto. And I think that's what we've seen and what has tided fans over to some degree during the offseason.
That's right.
Is a better than usual recruiting class. I know it's still 9th in the SEC in a lot of places, but it's a higher caliber of recruiting class than Arkansas has had in recent times, and it gives you hope. It's something to cling on to that you're hopeful can turn this thing around. So they were able to hold it all together, and I guess coming up here in a few days, we're going to get it all signed, sealed, and delivered.
Yeah, about to say 2 days away in signing
all
day.
of it. A lot of it already has. A lot of the hay is already in the barn, but they'll get it all finished up here soon.
You're just hoping that there's no unpleasant surprises.
Right.
Or there is any switches or anything like that, which we talked to Richard Davenport last week, and we'll talk to him again the day after signing day this Thursday. And he said that there was, according to him, and anything can happen, but he says that there should be no unpleasant surprises for Razorback fans. But we all know how that's gone in previous years on a lot of occasions. Seems like nothing goes right for you on signing day. You're never the beneficiary. You're always the one that ends up having a very bad time on signing day. So, but with spring football coming up in that recruiting class, that's the element of excitement. And it's something. I don't know if it's going to change everything about the results from last season, but at least keeps people curious, keeps people interested about the whole thing. So coming up next, though, we're going to talk about the Razorback basketball victory over LSU, dive into that a little more. What does it mean for the rest of the season going forward? Does it change everything? Is this an NCAA tournament team now? Probably not. But we're at least going to talk about that and, of course, get into your phone calls, 877-377-6963. More of the Morning Rush coming up in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
Workman's Travel Center is the pit stop you'll be glad you made, with convenient locations at Rudy, Ozark, and in Lowell. Try the brand new menu at the Ozark Mountain Grill. Try one of their mouth-watering daily specials, or something new like the Piggy Mac Burger, 2 half-pound patties, pulled pork, bacon, and cheddar cheese on a sweet bun. It all adds up to OMG goodness. So whether you're going to the game, headed back home, or driving down the road, Workman's Travel Center takes the hassle out of your trip. Workman's Travel Center in Rudy, Ozark, and in Lowell.
Weather hits, the right wiper blades make all the difference. That's when the Michelin Man is on your side, helping you see better and drive safer with new Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. Designed with exclusive SmartFlex technology or frameless beam design, Michelin blades flex to the curve of your windshield, giving you unparalleled, streak-free, long-lasting, all-season performance. So when the going gets tough, be ready with Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. It's a difference you can see. Available at Walmart and other fine retailers.
The big store-wide winter clearance sale is going on now at Jelco Outdoors. Save 50% off work, casual, and hunting clothing with brands like Woolrich, Scentlock, Drake, and more. Tree stands, game cameras, game calls, archery equipment, hunting boots, and hundreds of items at 50% off. Shop while the selection is at its best. Thinking about spring? Check out the new fishing kayaks and all the new fishing gear at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
An increase in the sunshine today. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be right around the lower 70s with a slight chance of a shower or two. Tonight we will be in and out of the clouds. Overnight lows, low 40s north, mid 50s south, and then a chance of a few showers or storms Tuesday. Temperatures in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by Hertz Car Sales, 2810 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith. You can call them today at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromhertz.com.
Radio station.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith, from the Bush and Bushlight Studios. This is ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios.
We didn't come to paint. We came to win the game.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
First of all, very few people listen to your radio show. That's the good news. Let me just tell you.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
I got that one, and that's how you pronounce it, ain't Arkan. It's Arkansas, baby.
This.
Y'all better put him in the Heisman.
Is
Smile.
The Morning Rush.
Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me?
With John Neighbors.
Call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone.
Tommy Kraft.
I thought that was one of the worst officiated games.
It's right now.
1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Nick Mason, Ty Richardson, all in studio with you today. And thank you, as always, for making us a part of your morning this morning on a Monday morning quarterback presented by Crabtree RV.
Exit 13 off of I-40 next door to the Cracker Barrel in Alma. Just wrapped up the Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show over the weekend. A lot of great trade-ins they've taken over the last 8 or 10 days. So now is the time to get by and get a great deal on some of the new inventory they've taken in the pre-owned department. Plus, with spring here, it feels like spring. I know we got a little bit more of wintertime officially, but it felt like spring this weekend. Might have you itching to get out and do a little camping, be in the some of the great state parks and some of the great recreational spots we got around the state. If you need anything in their service department, they're there for you as well to get you going as well at Crabtree RV. Crabtree RV in Alma. Check out the great pre-owns right now. Exit 13 off of I-40. Crabtree RV. It's, John, where your family's dreams come true.
In case you're just joining us, we've been talking a lot about Arkansas's great victory over the LSU Tigers over the weekend.
30 to play, 25 to shoot.
Find a way.
Jones into the front court, picked up by Waters. Mason, left side of the key, pulls up in the paint, lays it up and in. Hogs by one with 22 seconds to go. Taylor out on the floor to Reed at the high post. Drives around Chaney, spins in the lane, missed the layup, fight for the rebound. Joe saves it. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Smart, baseline jumper, no. 2 seconds, 1 second. Reed at the horn, no. Arkansas wins. The Razorbacks have won it. The Hogs have upset them. 90-89 the final score. Arkansas survives, and they win the ball game.
In case you were wondering, that was not a possum that found its way onto the broadcast. That was Coach Zimmerman with his giggle, his laugh of excitement with Arkansas getting the victory. And here's the thing about this game is not only is it a big victory because you go on the road and you beat a top 25 team, a top 20 team in this case, but LSU was one of the hottest teams in the country. They were 7-0 in SEC play, 17-3 overall, and they returned the favor because Arkansas was a great game at Bud Walton Arena. It ended up being the opposite end of it for LSU's sake, but Arkansas getting the victory now. So my question becomes okay, what does this game mean? Does this change anything? Does this change as far as the outlook? Because obviously it's a great win, but does it change? Does it now all of a sudden take us back into the fact of this team can still make the tournament?
Yes,
off a win like this.
I mean, this is a Q1 win. You need a quadrant 1 win. You were looking for quality win on the road against a ranked opponent. Arkansas had won some conference games ahead of that, but as we talked heading into this game at the end of last week, yes, but it was against Georgia. It was against Missouri. It was against the teams that were at the A&M. Those were your 3 victories, all 3 at the bottom of the league. This is a qualifying victory here. This is a victory that you can be very proud of when it comes to who it was against in this league. So, now let's see, it was 7 of 11 after last week's game. So now you got to find a way to win 6 of the last 10 to get into the conversation, and that moves you one step closer to that. So, but in the end, you're going to need some quality road wins to show the committee. You got one now.
I'm going no. And the reason I'm going with no, the people that are complaining about Mike Anderson don't care about just getting into the tournament. And they don't even care about winning one game in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
People keep bringing up what's the one stat that we always hear about? Every team in the SEC has done this more recently than
Made
Arkansas.
it to the Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
And that's everybody's biggest issue. So beating LSU in February on the road to improve to 13-8 overall, does that big picture-wise? No, it does not change anything for the people that want Mike Anderson out. Now, on the other side, though, for the people that are arguing for him to stay, and what has our argument been, or not even ours, but we always say, when Mike Anderson looks like, he's almost like a boxer, and it's like he's about to get knocked out. Then something happens, and he throws a haymaker, and he knocks the other guy out.
Mm-hmm.
This was the haymaker that we're always talking about. Whenever his backs are against the ropes, he always finds a way to win a big game. Then he'll reel off 4 or 5 in a row, and then you'll be looking, and then you'll go, well, man, he made it to the tournament again. Now it's 4 out of 5 years. You can't fire him. And he just seems to always do those things. So we're still in the state of confusion because there's still that huge divide. Mike Anderson did not win over anybody after beating LSU. The people that still have a problem with him have a problem with his postseason record, not his regular season record. And the people that are for him, though, they're even more for him now because they're saying, look, a young team, a team that I don't care what anybody says, this team's still not that talented. They're very, very young. If you're looking on paper, LSU is 2 or 3 times better than Arkansas on paper. Arkansas should not have won that game, and Mike Anderson did it. So I think everybody that's for Mike Anderson is still for him. Everybody that's against him is still against him.
The last time I checked, you can't make the Sweet 16 if you don't make the tournament.
Yeah.
So you need wins like this to make the tournament. I don't know if they're going to make the tournament. I've just been talking about you got to have some wins, and you got to get to like 10 SEC wins is what we've been saying to get in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even saying that guarantees you. We believe on this show, or I believe, and I think y'all are in agreement with me, 9-9's probably not even going to get you in the conversation. Not even on the bubble. I'm not sure 10 gets you in, but I think you're at least considered at 10.
The only chance you have in winning 9 and getting in is if all 9 of those wins are against Kentucky, Auburn, Ole Miss.
Well, that's
that ain't happening. Right,
so.
right, and that's not
so
realistic.
All I'm saying is it's a long season still to be played out, and you needed this win to move a step towards a tournament berth, and you can't get to the Sweet 16 unless you get in the tournament.
And here's the thing. They have 10 regular season games left, not including the SEC tournament. 10 regular season games left. And just to go quickly through the schedule, just so everybody knows exactly where they're standing at, they have Vanderbilt tomorrow night. They should win that game going away. Vanderbilt is horrible.
Is that at home or
That's
road?
at Bud Walton.
Okay.
So, yeah, they should win that game. Then they go on the road to South Carolina, which South Carolina, their overall record isn't good at 11-10, but they're sitting at 6-2 in SEC play.
Been playing very well since the first of the year.
Yeah, so there's no guarantees there. But then you go on the road to Missouri, which they're not a good team. You return home to play Mississippi State on that Saturday on February 16th. So we'll see how that plays out. You go on the road to Auburn, then back home to Texas A&M, on the road to Kentucky, back home for Ole Miss, then at Vanderbilt, then playing Alabama at home.
I got 7 of those as winnable.
I do too.
Should win.
That's the exact same number I came up with.
Hold on. Winnable or should win?
I have winnable. Not
Well,
should win, but
you
winnable.
should win. I mean, okay, we could break those down into 2 buckets because you should win against Vanderbilt. You should win against Texas A&M. I mean, those are games that you should win.
Yes.
I guess it'd be easier to exclude, like, road game at South Carolina, don't have you winning there. At Auburn, at Kentucky. Don't think you're winning those games. Had one more in there somewhere, but yeah, I know that'd be 3. So could you win 7 of the last 10? I don't think this team will win 7 of the last 10
because that would get them if they did win 7 of the last 10.
That'd be 11 conference
11
wins.
11 and 7. Yeah.
I would
don't know
say
if they're getting to it.
I'll tell you this, people out there. If Mike Anderson finds a way to make it to the tournament this year, for those of you that want him out, man, you may want to pick a new basketball team to cheer for. Because if he makes the tournament this year, he will be here for a minimum of 4 more years.
I agree with you.
And I know I'm going to get all these tweets saying, "Oh, well, I'm not telling you what I would do. I'm not making the call. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. If he goes to the tournament with this team this year, please do not tweet me or text me about him getting fired for at least 4 more years.
Yeah.
Because it's no point.
But and to me, 5's like the minimum number. I mean, you just look at the games because you got Vanderbilt coming up in this schedule twice, right?
Yeah, you do.
You play A&M again at home. not a very good team. So you just look at some of these games and where they're at, who they're against, and those are. I mean, Alabama on senior night, which I know that it's a little bit different this year with
because
this team.
You don't have any
but
seniors.
It's the last game at home this year. Well, maybe that's a better way to put it.
It'll be Gafford's senior night that night.
Imagine they will honor him. There's 5. You got to win at least 5 of them. Now that would get you to 9-9.
That's not enough.
But
enough for the NIT maybe, but not enough.
So I mean that's how the math's working with me.
But they always play good in the SEC tournament. This is the one thing though that everybody needs to just kind of take a step back and be cautious of. Arkansas has not been hit with the injury bug, and they have not been hit with the freshman or newcomer hitting a wall. Because if you look, it seems like every time you think, okay, Isaiah Joe's about to hit a wall.
Well,
Isaiah Joe didn't start off very well against LSU. Ended up with 18 points. He had a stretch where he didn't play well for
first like 3 league games. He did not play well.
You know, but now he's been able to bounce back. And when I'm saying freshman wall, I'm talking about freshman hitting a wall and falling off and just not being good until the next season. So you hadn't been hit with the injury bug for important players, and none of your newcomers, which is everybody on. I mean, everybody is almost a newcomer.
So this recent run they're making, most recent win, of course, against LSU, but before that,
they beat Georgia. They played decent against Texas Tech.
You know,
beat Missouri.
For that. So this
4-game stretch of good play.
Is it sustainable, Nick? Is the level of play they're at now good enough to win 6 or 7 of the last 10? Number one, and is it sustainable?
Here's what I've said since the beginning. Arkansas still, it's one of those to where they are in conference. They are beating teams that they're better than. They're on paper. They are beating teams that they have more talent than right now. LSU showed us an example of them being able to expand and beat somebody that they weren't better than. I do think they're going to be able to win a couple of more games because the league is just not very good. Vandy is I mean, the league this year, how many awful teams are out there? Vanderbilt's awful. Georgia's the worst team I've seen play this year.
Yeah.
Georgia's
A&M's
bad.
awful.
Texas A&M
Missouri's
is awful.
not right.
Missouri is awful. So you're talking about 4 teams that are just awful. And going into the year, I didn't think those teams were going to be that bad. That's why I just was like, oh, it's going to be impossible for this team to make it to the tournament.
3 of your last 10, though, are against those teams.
Right. And when I say bad, just go out and watch.
4 with A&M.
Just go out and watch your local high school team and tell me you're not seeing the same things happen in those games as you're seeing whenever Vanderbilt takes the court or Missouri takes the court.
Yeah, what's also crazy, too, and we'll end on this, there are 6 teams in the SEC right now at 4-4 in conference play. 6 of them. Arkansas is one of them. So as far as Tennessee, Kentucky, LSU, those are the 3 teams on the top. It doesn't look like anyone's going to catch them. And then South Carolina's at 6-2. But at least you have some chances here to maybe advance yourself and get some good standing in the SEC tournament, which could benefit you if you're needing some of those extra games. So it's all about, I mean, there's a lot riding on it. We all know that it's all about the rest of the season and how this team will perform. But can they get to that point where they can at least be in the conversation once SEC tournament play comes around? That's going to be important. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. More of the Morning Rush coming up.
Monday Morning Quarterback presented by Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off I-40.
The folks at Crabtree RV in Alma would like to say thank you for the overwhelming success of this year's Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show. We took in so many top-quality trades that we are now overstocked with pre-owned inventory. So if you've been looking for that motorhome, fifth wheel, or travel trailer, now is the time to buy. We have the right RV for your next adventure at a fraction of the original MSRP. Shop us today. Crabtree RV, next to the Cracker Barrel in Alma. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
This is the Morning Rush.
Why go north when you can get the best deal on a new GMC or Buick here locally at Harry Robinson Buick GMC? There is no reason to drive more than an hour to buy your next vehicle. Harry Robinson has the same big rebates and discounts promised at other dealers, and Harry always gives you more for your trade. So when it comes time for your next vehicle, don't go north. Come see why Harry Robinson is the fastest growing Buick GMC dealer in the region. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Let's go to the Warehouse Club or the big chain tire store and buy some tires. Why? You think you're saving money? You aren't. Jody'sAuto.com has the best tire brands at the same prices as the Warehouse Club or chain. Price match guarantee and free flat repair to everyone. At the club or chain, you will pay for road hazard protection. Not at Jody'sAuto.com. Free road hazard when you buy 4 tires. What else do they have? Tires and installation, 1 location. Jody'sAuto.com, 3 locations. Oil changes, and suspension, everything, one stop. Not one stop for every service, one stop for all of it. Best warranty on service and repairs anywhere. Spend $30. Get free roadside assistance. Yeah, that's what you get when you deal with a local company established in 1984 with a motto of do what's right. Jody'sAuto.com for tires and all the rest.
Do you own apartment complexes, condos, and rental property? Then you have made a great investment. Now make another great decision by calling Trinity Multifamily to help you maximize your return. Trinity Multifamily offers full-service property management, marketing, leasing, sales, and all the services to make your cash flow. Take the hassles and frustrations out of ownership and call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
With technology moving faster every day, it's important for today's businesses to stay ahead of this fast-moving curve. Let Pinnacle Telecom partner with your business to ensure you're not left behind. We'll get you into a brand new IP phone system for as little as $99 per month. With world-class service and speed you can count on, Pinnacle Telecom is your best business solution, hands down. Check us out at pinnacletelecom.com or give us a call at 479-242-0000. Pinnacle Telecom, tomorrow's technology today.
Tri-Hill Turf offers the highest quality turf and pest services. Hey, you say those are big words. Well, let's see. Tri-Hill Turf and Pest has a company agronomist, state and nationally certified technicians, free soil testing, and they even have precision GPS guided application equipment. Now that's high tech. For over 30 years, Tri-Hill Turf and Pest has used the latest application technology, and they strive for turf and pest excellence. They are your local turf and pest experts. Call the local team at 782-0404. Tri-Hill Turf and Pest.
Guys, are you tired of all the hassles with your CPAP machine? Putting on the mask every night, cleaning or replacing hoses and filters? Tired of taking it on trips and wondering where you're going to plug it in? And don't forget the distilled water. You need a solution. River Valley Sleep Solutions. Replace your CPAP with an innovative custom-fitted mouthguard. Medical insurance is accepted, and financing options are available. Find out more at rivervalleysleep.com. That's rivervalleysleep.com.
It's February tax season at Frank Rowe Furniture. Don't pay too much for your furniture and wait days to get it in. We will deliver it for free.
We're also offering 25% off on all cash sales and 15% off on our in-store no-credit check financing. We carry many made-in-the-USA brands and also carry TVs and appliances, including 100% made-in-the-USA Speed Queen washers and dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture, 25% off cash and 15% off financing with free delivery. Frank Rowe Furniture, best seats in the house.
ESPN 95.3. Don't just listen. Watch The Morning Rush on Hit That Line's Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube page. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. Been talking nothing but Razorback basketball and the victory over LSU, as well as the Super Bowl that happened last night. It's amazing. This is the best and the worst of the week, and some of the responses that we're getting, and how most people are saying the exact thing of the best they saw over the weekend was Arkansas getting the victory over LSU, and the worst thing they saw was the Super Bowl. And I get that because I think there's a difference between bad football and boring football. I think there's something that needs to be made distinguished between those two.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it was not entertaining football. Now, some of you, like Mike Golick this morning on his show, he was entertained by it.
I
He's
thought it was a
defensive
good
guy.
game. I mean, it
But
kept
see,
me engaged.
But it depends on what you like and what you want in a football game.
But I thought that, what was it, Auburn Mississippi State game about 7 or 8 years ago
3-2.
that ended 3-2 was a great football game too.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody agreed with me on that.
I guess
so.
it's great for different reasons, but the thing is that we talked about it all last week when leading up to the Super Bowl. That I don't think anybody truly was all in on the game itself. I don't think anybody was all in and saying, you know what, I'm looking forward to the game the most, more than the commercials, more than the food, more than the halftime show, more than
I
any
guess
of
you
that.
could just say it wasn't exciting.
Yeah, that's maybe the best way.
Because if you don't get excited about a 3rd and 1 stop, then it wasn't exciting to you.
No.
And I think for 90-something% of you don't get excited about a big defensive tackle or a sack on 3rd down unless it's your team. So if you'd had a rooting interest, you probably would have felt different. If you're a big Patriots fan or big Rams fan, you probably feel different. But a lot of you aren't. I don't know whether it was boring. It was just wasn't a lot of exciting plays. And you tune in for excitement.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, too, just to let everybody know, last night we went over to Tommy Kraft's house to watch the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a big fan of the Patriots or Rams or anything, but after that halftime performance, he's a big fan of Travis Scott now.
Absolutely.
He told me he has Travis Scott.
Are you joking?
He likes Travis Scott.
You got a chance to hear what he was actually saying?
No, because they kept bleeping it out. They kept muting the TV.
Yeah. Please,
Yeah.
okay.
If
you're
you're
going
going
to
do the Super Bowl,
then you have
clean
to
up the language so that they don't have to.
But the problem was those were his 2 most popular songs, though.
Right.
So it's like Travis Scott, get up here and do like a D-list song. Well, we definitely don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, though, I could actually hear that song. So I mean, I probably would have. Yeah.
Then don't do it. Then don't have that person there to perform. Have
felt-
somebody else.
I felt like they're hip hop, rap, whatever acts because there is a lot of hip hop culture in sports. Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna say in football and basketball,
especially.
And like their acts, they just were, C or D because. The one Outkast act that's from Atlanta, big time, that's great. I'm hearing the Outkast music. I'm like, Outkast is coming, and then you only bring one, and then he only does one verse, and then on top, and then Travis Scott, he comes out, okay, that's great, and I'd been hearing that he was going to perform on the Super Bowl, and not even half, 10% of what he's saying is bleeped out.
Yeah,
that's horrible. By the way, for us at home, when you bleep out 10%,
yeah,
I thought something was wrong with my TV.
Exactly. So. I thought the national anthem was great.
Yeah, it was good, great national anthem by Gladys Knight.
I thought she did outstanding.
Yeah, thought that was great.
Went over on time if you had that prop bet, by the way.
I mean, no Carl Lewis, but yeah, it was all right.
You're right. It was not Carl Lewis.
It was not Carl Lewis, that's for sure. And, here's the thing, too, going back to the halftime show. The amount of fire that they used at that halftime show.
Ooh.
Like, how do you, one bad spark and everyone's dead.
Look, so that was funny. That's the only thing I really took away from the Travis Scott performance was it seemed like Travis Scott was on fire the entire performance. And like I couldn't even see him because the fire was blocking him.
Why don't we have fire on the Morning Rush here? Like when we start to perform, just have it just from the building here. Just
Come on,
open
Ty.
flames.
Yeah.
That's on Ty.
Big fireworks show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time we start the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you can be like Adam Levine and start stripping off your clothes after every new song or every new segment that starts to play.
I was really, I don't know what to make of how giddy Ty got when Adam Levine took his shirt off. I mean, it's a little uncomfortable.
Is that the first nipple that we've had since Janet Jackson from a couple years ago? I guess... for people who wanted that fill, there you have it. But yeah, that was he
got to see all his tattoos.
Yeah, well, everyone was kind of wondering, okay, wait a minute, is he going to stop doing this? Is he going to stop taking off clothes? He's still got a few more songs to do. So
if I ever get to perform on any stage, I'm definitely taking my clothes off.
Well, let's hope
I'll
that
note that for future
Let's hope that-
event planning. Yeah,
more Morning Rush coming
Now
up.
is the time to talk to Burton Pools and Spa. Swimming season in a 32 by 16 Grecian in-ground pool with payments starting at $235 a month with approved credit. That's only $235 a month. And for the first 20 customers, get a free upgrade to a saltwater pool system. Call now to make your appointment. 479-648-3483 or online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
When you drive a Toyota Tundra or Tacoma, weekdays and weekends are two entirely different beasts. While an awe-inspiring view on a weekday might sound something like this.
There's a raccoon going through our trash again.
An awe-inspiring view on the weekend sounds a little more like this.
Whoa, Dad, this is crazy!
And while a bold adventure on the weekdays might be something like,
all right, kids, time to drive 3 hours to your swim meet.
Bold adventures on the weekend are closer to something like weekday.
Oh, cool, a standing desk.
Weekend.
Oh, cool, a ski boat!
You get the idea. Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them in the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Hurry in today. Toyota, let's go places. Visit gstoffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and 2419.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett from Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Williams Tractor in Berryville, and Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers. It's finally 2019, and it's never too early to start planning for the upcoming season. Come see us during the Kick the Tires event going on now for great in-store deals and finance options on all New Holland equipment. Choose from New Holland tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, or construction equipment. But it all ends March 31st, so hurry in to check out the savings during the Kick the Tires event at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers.
The morning show that knows the Hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Auto Park in Fort Smith combines over 90 years of family-owned experience with the best sales and service teams around. And at Orr Auto Park, every new vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty, free maintenance for 2 years, and free car washes for the life of the vehicle. The largest selection, the biggest discounts, and the best buying experience around. These are some of the reasons why you always score more with Orr Auto Park in Fort Smith. Stop in today, or they are always open online 24/7 at orrautopark.com.
At Michelob Ultra, we know it's not just about how much you work out every day. It's about how much you work into every day, too. So we brew our beer for those who realize that expending calories should never come at the expense of spending time with friends. Those who understand that just because you work out doesn't mean you can't go out. And that's why we brew Michelob Ultra to have 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a crisp, clean taste. Michelob Ultra, brewed for those who live fit, live fun, live Ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2018 Michelob Ultra Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
ESPN 95.3. Spitting the most fire takes you'll ever hear all morning long. Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a best and the worst of the weekend, presented by Trinity Multifamily.
Yeah, your teammate in the real estate game. If you own apartment complexes, duplexes, and other rental properties, Trinity Multifamily is there to help you. 479-452-1817. You know, in 2019, maybe you want to make sure your properties financially perform at a higher level. Maybe you're trying to manage them yourself, and you just don't have the time to make sure your vacancy levels stay at a rate that you can achieve those goals. Can't keep maintenance costs down. There's a lot of reasons why the cash flow isn't where you need it to be. Let Trinity Multifamily help you figure that out. 479-452-1817 or get online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Does it make Razorback fans a little sick to their stomach knowing that Brett Bielema has a Super Bowl ring now? Like, is that even a thing?
I saw a lot of tweets about that after the game, and I could care less. Or couldn't care less, whichever it is.
I couldn't.
I couldn't care less.
See, I couldn't either. But
I mean, it's not like he is the reason they won the Super Bowl.
You sure?
I feel pretty solid in that.
But it wouldn't surprise me if he, in his mind, just knowing how he worked, because if he's going around telling everybody that he's going to be the next defensive coordinator for the Patriots, which is what he's been telling people. I mean, and what if he ends up being the defensive coordinator?
That's not what he told me.
What did he tell you?
Tell us what he told you.
Well, no, I hadn't talked to him.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe after the show we can put him on speakerphone and see what he has to say about that. I'm sure he has plenty of time right now. But no, that's the thing is just when you see something like this, and I know because I think that a lot of Razorback fans are over it and they don't care. But then you have a lot of the like former SIDs and former coaches and former grad assistants, people coming out on Twitter and kind of, flipping double birds to the haters, saying, "No, this is what it should. This is about what I thought you guys said. Brett Bielema couldn't coach."
And to their defense, when you're on somebody's team and that's your guy, you're gonna fight for him. I remember when Pelfrey got fired. I'll never forget this tweet. I tweeted, "Coaches don't guard players, and then they don't take." Or coaches don't make last-second shots or something like that, which was the dumbest thing ever. They don't, but they go recruit the people that do. You know what I mean? But I felt like Pelfrey shouldn't have been fired at that time because, hey, that's my guy. Mm-hmm. I'm with him or whatever and all those things. So, to their defense, I understand what they're saying. But to justify Brett shouldn't have been fired because he went and jumped on the Patriots, just like, oh, okay, so if Matt Zimmerman goes and coaches with the Warriors and they win a championship this year, Matt Zimmerman shouldn't have been replaced. Well, and he should still be on the right. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
And I think another comparison, too, is like when Butch Jones goes to Alabama. Are people going to start saying, "Oh, but now see, you guys are wanting him gone from Tennessee. He's a good enough coach for the greatest coach of all time to hire him"? No.
I guess
that doesn't indicate anything.
I guess Dan Enos did the opposite then.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he went the opposite realm there too. But he has, of course, I'm assuming he's going to get a ring. But you also got former Razorbacks getting rings like Trey Flowers and Dietrich Wise. You got to see a lot of screen time for Dan Skipper last night, which it's hard to miss him. He's a beastly guy, but
it's just funny right now. And somebody in my group text sent this. Think about these two things. In 2019. Brett Bielema has a Super Bowl, and Jim Chaney is going to be paid $1.6 million.
Mm-hmm. Gee, when you put it like that.
Tommy, where did we mess up in life?
We need to fail up. Yeah. That's the thing they're doing. They're failing up.
Suck at your job and get paid.
Yeah. Brett Bielema has a Super Bowl, and Jim Chaney's still getting $1 million.
Hey, if you didn't get any great barbecue at your Super Bowl party yesterday, stop in at Art's Barbecue today for a great lunch. We had some Arts at our watch party yesterday.
Fantastic.
Awesome. The ribs were just on point. I mean, just tender, perfect, just cooked perfect. That's what you're going to get every time. And now they're bringing back wings. They're back. Smoked wings. Stop in and try those. They are now on the menu for a limited time. Wings are back at Art's Barbecue. Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Use the Waiter app to have it brought to you or call them at 452-2550 for Art's Barbecue.
Doe's Eat Place is the best. River Valley award-winning steaks in a great atmosphere is what you will experience every time. Doe's Eat Place offers over 150 selections of wine, including 50 Cabernets, 200 spirits, including 80 whiskeys, bourbons, and scotch, and 75 beers, with 20 different local beers and 50 imported and craft beers. Everything you need for a memorable evening is at Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd in Fort Smith. Open 5 till 9 Monday through Thursday and 5 till 10 Friday and Saturday. Call 784-9111 for reservations.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resource with big news about how you can save hundreds or even thousands with state sales tax paid. That's right. Get your nicer newer car now and we'll pick up the state sales tax. It's our most popular offer, but whew, it's expensive. So we can't do it forever. And you want to be the first one in line for the best selection from our Meineke inspected Rath Road Ready inventory. We know a lot of you are waiting on tax refund money, which may have been slowed down due to the recent government shutdown. Don't sweat it. Bring in your W-2 and we'll use our TaxMax program to get you access to your money now and get you driving in your nicer newer car today. But don't wait. This offer is only good for the first 72 customers this month. So visit us today and let one of our friendly non-commissioned solution specialists help you start driving better in a Rath Road Ready vehicle with state sales tax paid. Only at Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer 4 years running, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of the corner of Towson and Phoenix in Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
Hey dads, do you have an athlete in your house that is looking to take their skills to the next level? Excel Speed Training at the Fort Smith Athletic Club has the proven results to maximize your athlete's potential. Designed for both male and female athletes of all ages and various sports to improve mobility, endurance, agility, and vertical jump. Take your game to the next level with Excel Speed Training. Call Mike Johnson at 479-926-0193. That's Mike at 479-926-0193 at the Fort Smith Athletic Club.
ESPN 95.3. Razorback videos, articles, and podcasts. Find them all at hitthatline.com. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a Monday morning quarterback presented by Crabtree RV.
Yeah, big weekend at Crabtree RV. They just wrapped up the Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show. That means a lot of great trades are there now. They had a big 8-day event and took in a lot of great local trades. You can go see those starting this week. Lee J's getting those into the inventory, and you can go by and check them out. Great deals on these new pre-owns that are now in their inventory at Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off of I-40, next door to the Cracker Barrel, and be sure and check everything out. Hey, spring is just around the corner, and maybe you want to go up to Roadhog Park. Maybe you want to take in some Razorback baseball that's less than 2 weeks out. You're already planning some of your spring camping trips. Head to Crabtree. They can help you with service needs as well. Crabtree RV in Alma, it's where your family's dreams come true.
Let's go to the phone lines and welcome in Tom Murphy of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Joins us every Monday. Good morning, Tom. How you doing, man?
Guys, I'm doing great, man. How's it going?
Oh, it's going well. I mean, we've had a lot to talk about today. We want to jump right into it with you. We'll start with the Razorback basketball victory over LSU over the weekend, surprising to a lot of people. I don't think anybody really thought Arkansas had a real chance in this one, but they go on the road, had an 18-point lead, blew it late, but still held on to the victory. What was your overall takeaway from this game and what it means going forward for the Razorbacks?
Obviously, huge victory. When you think about going into it, very little chance for the Razorbacks to go in there and win, but based on how they had been playing, how they had been starting games, and how they'd been rebounding versus how LSU had been playing. But Will Wade put it best, I thought. He said, we've been walking a tightrope for a couple of weeks, and this, when you're walking a tightrope, sooner or later you fall off, and they did. So Arkansas got the biggest win so far in conference play, in my view. Vanderbilt almost beat Tennessee, which would have been bigger upset, but this was the biggest one. And who knows? I mean, this could be a game that can turn Arkansas' season around. It was such an impressive thing because they can bottle that up and have some performances like that. They've got some winnable home games, as we talked about last week, and if they could pull off another one on the road somewhere, maybe they can get themselves to 500 in SEC. That might get you to the tournament.
Keyshawn Embry-Simpson, 6 of 9 from the floor, 16 points in 22 minutes. Tom, this kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they said he'd been practicing well lately, so it didn't surprise them. But without him, they don't have a chance to win the game. It took all the things that happened. It took Isaiah Joe bouncing back from his illness. It took Gabe Asaboyan with 5 assists and 3 charges drawn to do it. But the three-point shooting was really it's what neutralized everything LSU was doing. LSU did a good job of driving and being very physical and getting a lot of fouls called against them. Whereas when Arkansas drove, there wasn't a whole lot of whistle blowing. But Keyshawn Embry-Simpson had a huge game, and it just goes to show you that when you can have something like that off your bench to supplement your starters, what it can do for you.
Tom, Daniel Gafford in this game was a monster. 23 points, he had 8 rebounds, 11-15 shooting. And against LSU earlier this season, he had 32 points. So you're talking about 55 points that Daniel Gafford's had against LSU. Is it about the matchup? Is it about the way that they're playing against them? What is it about LSU that Gafford's just been able to find a hole and really make them pay for it down low?
Yeah, I think it's the way LSU plays them. Naz Reid is kind of doesn't he's on him, but he doesn't want the contact. He wants to stay in. As Dan put it, he wants to stay in the game. So, Daniel gets to the hole. I mean, he had multiple dunks. They had ran a couple of nice offensive sets early in the game that got them going. One of them was a screen for Harris, a pick and roll, but Harris took the jumper and made it. And then the next one, a give and go, Gafford to Joe, and Gafford rolls to the hole, and good pass by Joe, and Gafford converts. He was a physical force. He played a little bit stronger with the ball in his hands through contact, and I think he's shooting somewhere around 75%. So Gafford was in fine spirits. I think he might have missed out on that dance party Mike was having in the locker room because he had to do the SEC network and he had to do something else. And but those guys had a ball, and they went down there and earned that win, but because what, they shot well enough and did all that well enough to win the game, but they truly overcame. I just thought a ton of missed call. It was almost like LSU got to play one way, and Arkansas had to play another way, and they got 3 guys foul out.
Arkansas's 13-8 now, 4-4 in SEC play. 10 games remain in the regular season. Tom, what is the path to get the Razorbacks into the NCAA tournament?
So they're sitting at 500. You got to win all your home games, I think, and I don't know if 9-9 in the league is going to do it. They might have to win another road game. I mean, if the quadrant one wins are huge. It'd be nice if Ole Miss started playing better, and they beat them again, and they beat them at home. The Kentucky game, very, very difficult to win. But I think if you wind up at 10-8, you've got yourself a chance. But they've got work to do. Their net ranking has got to get better.
Speaking with Tom Murphy of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette right now on the Morning Rush. Tom, let's switch it up a little bit to the Super Bowl last night. There's a lot of storylines that came from it. I thought it was a boring game. Not a bad game, just a very boring game with the Patriots getting a 13-3 victory. What'd you think of it?
Well, you're of a generation that likes to see explosive offensive
That's
football.
That's right.
Okay. Now, I appreciated the work that went in by both teams to limit what were 2 very good offenses. So, I do respect that. But it was somewhat boring. I mean, when you watch the Rams this year, they were fun. They were inventive, not quite on the Chiefs level. In some ways, though, could score like the Chiefs, but they missed Cooper Kupp. There's no doubt about it. I don't think they got their tight ends involved enough. Todd Gurley surely was not 100%, so the run game wasn't really established. New England schemed them up very well, and so you get that. And someone called it the day before or right going into the weekend that we were due a kind of a yawner Super Bowl, and it was. And I didn't care really about either team in it, so it was among the most nonchalant Super Bowls that I've seen in a few decades.
I saw Tim Brando and some others had kind of their opinion on Twitter. The league deserved a clunker of a Super Bowl after all of the drama and the no calls and everything surrounding the conference championship games. Now, in fairness, Tim Brando lives in the state of Louisiana, so
exactly. Well, yeah, he'll have that. But a lot of people on the internet did too. Twitter people had that too. Like, that's what you get when 2 games are decided like that. The New Orleans one was really a bad deal, and I hate it for Atlanta that it wasn't a good football game, but. Yeah, the Rams acted like a team that knew that they shouldn't have been there in a way.
Tom, any commercials that stood out to you? In the halftime performance? Were you a big fan of that? Anything besides the game that stood out to you?
Yeah, well, the Washington Post commercial was obviously impactful. I did not see all of them, and I did not see Adam Levine or the other 2 acts. I'm not a fan of having a bunch of fans come out on the field at halftime. To me, you're trying to broaden your appeal in some way. And they were touting that as the biggest musical event of the year. Are you kidding me? No. It was 20 minutes or so of music on a football field. So I'm starting to get a little bit jaded about the whole who's singing the national anthem. Although, hey, look, Gladys Knight, sweet, man. She's great.
Yeah.
But the whole halftime thing, I wasn't big on Imagine Dragons at halftime of the championship game, and I wasn't big last night.
Hey, we're less than 2 weeks from Razorback baseball beginning. We had like perfect opening weekend weather this weekend, so I would imagine we're going to pay for it in a couple of weekends with like 30 and 40-degree temperatures. But I know a lot of fans out there are excited about Razorback baseball coming off a historically great season, beginning their season in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's and I think they have a chance to be pretty good too, and build into a good contender in the postseason. Starting pitching is going to be big. Campbell's got to be the hoss that he's been building up to be. To be your staff ace. If Connor Nolan is able to be something for him, that would be a huge X factor. The left-hander Wicklander looks like he could be a guy who can contribute. I think the bullpen's going to be super strong. Dave doesn't think they're going to be, the kind of the home run mashing team they were before, but they might be a little bit more aggressive on the base pass. So, I think a different complexion to this team. I still think they're going to hit some home runs, and they might have to space, the way he was talking, they might have to space Fletcher and Casey Martin and Heston Kjerstad through the lineup and not kind of have them bunch, say, 2-3-4 or 1-3-4, something like that. But we'll see how that plays out. And if they can get some guys come in, hit for average in some of the spaces that they've lost people, I think they're going to be a solid contender, and obviously they're going to be fun to watch. Yeah, this could be another good season for the Razorbacks.
Tom Murphy of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Great stuff as always, Tom. Appreciate it, man. Looking forward to catching up with you on Thursday, all right?
All right, guys. See y'all.
Appreciate it, man. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. Before we get out of here, though, Tommy, tell the people about Gaston's.
Hey, Gaston's White River Resort, 870-431-5202. You got just less than a month of winter rates to enjoy for the rest of February. What a wonderful weekend we had. I know a lot of you took advantage of the wonderful fishing on the White River. They've been consistently running water out of the Bull Shoals Dam, which has made for some great fishing lately on the White River, and you need to enjoy it. Got some great weather this week. Why not slip out and get some great time on a premier trout stream in all of North America? And you hear about trout fishing in Colorado or Canada or Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, some of the best trout fishing in North America is right here in our own backyard on the White River. 870-431-5202. Get one of their great guides to take you out on the river, particularly with the water running. Someone else running the boat, taking care of a lot of the details for you is priceless. And Gaston's has experienced guides that can take care of that. 40% off lodging rates right now through the month of February at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Call the pros now at Gaston's. They'll make the perfect trip for you. 870-431-5202 for Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Monday morning quarterback. Exit 13 off I-40.
So you hear that the Powerball and Mega Millions jackpots are a chance to win a ridiculous amount of money, and you want to get in on the action. The Quick Pick option makes getting a ticket simple and fast. Just stop by your Arkansas Scholarship Lottery retail store and ask the cashier for a Quick Pick. Your computer-generated numbers are printed out in seconds, so play your lucky numbers or play it quick. Just play. Either way could be your ticket to more. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
That time of the year, New Year's resolutions and taxes. Is your New Year's resolution to purchase your first home or even upgrade to a larger home or apply that tax refund towards a down payment? Hi, this is Matt Fowler with One Trust Home Loans. We are here to make those dreams a reality. Picture it now. Would your dream home have a large wraparound porch? Or for those nature lovers, a home with acreage for you and your family to create lifelong memories? Or that perfect home in town? Whatever your dream consists of, OneTrust Home Loans will get you there. We have simple, creative solutions, years of experience, and unmatched customer service. So whether you have perfect credit or less than perfect credit, let me and my team show you the path to home ownership. With 100% financing or low down payment loans such as conventional or FHA. OneTrust Home Loans serving Arkansas and Missouri with locations in Mountain Home, Harrison, Rogers, and Clinton.
NMLS 46375, an equal housing lender.
This is the Morning Rush.
Thinking of building a new home? Doing a little remodeling? Need a new roof or siding? Or thinking about any other home improvement project? Call Infinity Property Development at 414-4102 for a quote today. They will work with you and give you options to fit your budget. Large jobs, small jobs, or anything in between, Infinity Property Development does them all. Infinity Property Development can turn any vision into reality. Call them today at 414-4102 and start your vision today.
If you have experience transporting frozen and refrigerated goods and want to be part of a trucking family with insurance and be home every week, you need to contact Brent Higgins Trucking. Since 1997, Brent Higgins Trucking in Mulberry has been proudly delivering to and from various areas of the United States, including but not limited to Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Brent Higgins Trucking, where you're a name, not a number. Call them at 479-997-2366 or log on to BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
Are you tired of your increasing home and business rates? Go see the Matt White Insurance Agency today so he can review your policies so you can plan the next year with confidence. They have new products and new rates, which is beneficial in finding the policy that best fits your needs. Call the Matt White Insurance Agency today at 434-5101 and let them help with all your business and home needs. The Matt White Insurance Agency, a solution to every need.
Doe's Eat Place is the best of the best steakhouse in the River Valley. Award-winning steaks in a great atmosphere is what you will experience every time. Doe's Eat Place offers over 150 selections of wine, including 50 Cabernets, 200 spirits, including 80 whiskeys, bourbons, and scotch, and 75 beers, with 20 different local beers and 50 imported and craft beers. Everything you need for a memorable evening is at Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd in Fort Smith. Open 5 till 9 Monday through Thursday and 5 till 10 Friday and Saturday. Call 784-9111 for reservations. The big store-wide winter clearance sale is going on now at Jelco Outdoors. Save 50% off work, casual, and hunting clothing with brands like Woolrich, Sitlock, Drake, and more. Tree stands, game cameras, game calls, archery equipment, hunting boots, and hundreds of items at 50% off. Shop while the selection is at its best. Thinking about spring? Check out the new fishing kayaks and all the new fishing gear at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. The most entertaining sports talk radio show in the Natty State. This is the Morning Rush.
Back into the Morning Rush on the best and the worst of the weekend, presented by Williams Tractor.
Hey, it's never too early to start planning for the upcoming season. Stop by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and in Berryville for the Kick the Tires event. Great in-store deals and financing options on all New Holland equipment, New Holland tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, and construction equipment. It's now through March 31st, so hurry in and check out the deals right now during the Kick the Tires event at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and in Berryville.
And a friendly reminder, too, we were talking about this all week long, that we are going to be giving away one of these great Bud Light coolers we've been promoting.
That's got the Super Bowl, the NFL logo on it, the Super Bowl 53 logo on it.
It's all very official.
Yeah.
And there's only one way that
it's an ice chest.
Yes, that's right. It's big enough to where
full-size ice chest.
It can hold your sodas that you're going to put in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I know everybody would just put soda in a Bud Light cooler. But either way, you have one last chance to enter in for a chance to win this cooler. You just have to go to our Hit That Line Facebook page or Twitter page, and there is a post that is pinned at the very top, so you can't miss it. It's at the very top. If you're on Facebook, you have to like and share that post, and if you're on Twitter, you have to like and retweet that post.
Yep.
And you also have to be a follower of our Twitter and Facebook account. So those are the only ways you can win, and we're going to announce a winner here in about 10 to 15 minutes. So if you haven't done it already, be sure to go to our social media accounts, share, retweet, like that post for a chance to win a great Bud Light cooler. Let's go to the phone lines. Or I guess, no, we don't have anybody on phone lines. He hung up on us. That's fine. But either way, Tommy, real quick, just because we didn't talk about this. There's been so much to talk about that I wanted to get into it. We may continue it on to the next segment. The officials in this Razorback basketball game come under heavy fire from those on social media and those Razorback fans. Because I know that you're an official, you know a lot more about the game and about the calls than I do to sit here and me try to argue. But you watch the game, you see it through an official's eyes. What did you think of the job done by the officials in the Razorback basketball game?
There's always going to be calls you disagree with. And the thing that I don't understand is when fans want to look at free throw disparity.
That's a dumb way
and
to do it.
decide the officiating is poor because one team shot more free throws than the other. I would argue at that point, Arkansas is a terrible free throw shooting team. Why do you want them to shoot more free throws? Would be my argument. But you asked me about the officiating. Listen, there's always going to be a handful of calls in any game you don't like. But what fans don't read or don't want to understand or know about are the directives that the NCAA has given all the officials, and that all the coaches and all the players have seen the videos and all the training about the reduction of physicality, the freedom of movement, and there's 6 directives that have been on all 13 training tapes that are sent out to every official in the country that's working NCAA basketball at any level. And I thought when you looked at that game based on how the game is supposed to be worked, based on what the powers at the NCAA are telling them, I thought they did a pretty decent job with the game. And you can say, you're just defending officials. Listen, Arkansas was dunking the basketball inside a lot. Gafford had another monster game. Arkansas had a grand total of, 4 offensive rebounds? When you're getting a lot of dunks inside and not a lot of offensive boards, there's not a lot of opportunities to draw fouls. And when you looked at the way LSU was playing, they were driving in, and Arkansas was creating the contact. Arkansas would go to the lane, and there wasn't, on a lot of those trips, not all, but a lot, contact to draw a foul. I mean, how many fouls do you see called on dunk plays? Some, but not a lot. Arkansas shot a lot of threes in the game that went in. When Arkansas is making a lot of shots and making a lot of threes, and its threes are dunks, it limits how many possessions you can call fouls on. LSU was taking it to the hole more, and Arkansas was more physical on defense. That's what I saw in the game. But listen, I'm not going to try to convince anyone out there that the officiating was great because it's a waste of my breath.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you that it was the best officiated game of the season or anything of that nature. I'm just saying it's certainly not what I was reading on Twitter. It was not a terribly officiated ball game by any stretch.
Yeah.
And the reactions that I was seeing, the commentary I was hearing to me, that was not accurate based on the job I saw done.
There was just and I see where you're going with it. And so,
I mean, when the ball goes in the hole on a shot and there's no rebound, I mean, how many times you look at second chance points here, for instance, 21-6, and you look at offensive rebounds, 19-4. There's a lot of misses and putbacks and more opportunities for LSU to draw fouls. You just look how the game was played. That's why you end up with disparities on the stat sheet that people want to point to and say, aha, here's the evidence. Well, that's not always the way it is. Trust me, people want to think it's a conspiracy. Everyone's out to get you. It's anything but that.
But isn't it just more fun, Tommy, to blame officials?
Well,
I mean, come on.
I just think there's reasons. There's always reasons.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that's why I say I'm not an official expert, so I leave it to the experts to do it. I just know that it was not just a fun game, but I don't know if it was the officials that made it that way. More of the Morning Rush coming up in 2 minutes.
At Michelob Ultra, we know You work out every day. It's about how much you work into every day, too. So we brew our beer for those who realize that expending calories should never come at the expense of spending time with friends. Those who understand that just because you work out doesn't mean you can't go out. And that's why we brew Michelob Ultra to have 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a crisp, clean taste. Michelob Ultra, brewed for those who live fit, live fun, live ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2018 Michelob Ultra Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
Chalupas, tamales, and refried beans. The freshest tortillas that you'll ever eat. Authentic, delicious, we all can agree. It's the real taste of Mexican food.
Juan's Mexican Restaurant is bringing the food and drink specials to you. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. $1 tacos all day long. So bring the whole family and enjoy Taco Tuesday at Juan's.
It's the real taste of Mexican food.
This is Mark Hurst. So many times, a friend or acquaintance will see me at a ball game or maybe at church and tell me that they really need to come in and have their teeth cleaned or have a tooth fixed, but because they don't have dental insurance, they're worried about the cost. That's why at Hurst Family Dental Care, we offer a dental discount plan to any of our patients that don't have insurance. Give us a call at 474-1972 to learn more about the Hurst Family Dental Care Dental Discount Plan. Hurst Family Dental Care, a name you know and a name you can trust.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
An increase in the sunshine today. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be right around the lower 70s with a slight chance of a shower or two. Tonight we will be in and out of the clouds. Overnight lows, low 40s north, mid 50s south, and then a chance of a few showers or storms Tuesday. Temperatures in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by Hertz Car Sales, 2810 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith. You can call them today at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromhertz.com.
Radio station.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith, from the Bush and Bushlight Studios. This is ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios.
We didn't come to paint. We came to win the game.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
First of all, very few people listen to your radio show. That's the good news. Let me just tell you.
Streaming live from
hitthatline.com.
I got that one, and that's how you pronounce it. Ain't Arkan. It's Arkansas, baby.
This.
Y'all better put him in the Heisman.
Is
Smile.
The Morning Rush.
Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me?
With John Neighbors.
Call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone.
Tommy Kraft.
I thought that was one of the worst officiated.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Nick Mason, all in studio with you today. And thank you, as always, for making us a part of your morning this morning on a Monday morning quarterback presented by Crabtree RV.
Now get by Crabtree RV in Alma, exit 13 off of I-40 next door to the Cracker Barrel. Just wrapped up this weekend, the Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show. They have taken in a lot of great trade-ins. So it's your chance to save some big money right now. They got to get these trade-ins moved out, but had a big show, sold a lot of units. So your chance to save big on some of the trade-ins they had this weekend at Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off of I-40. Also, if you're getting ready, I know the spring weather, I know it's not spring yet. It's just February 4th, but boy, does it feel like spring. It's got everyone itching to do a little camping right now. Their service departments, they're ready for you. Exit 13 off of I-40. It's Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
And also a friendly reminder that at the end of this segment, we're going to be giving away one of these great Bud Light coolers. And we're going to do it simply, again, just a friendly reminder. Go to our Facebook page, hit that line, go to the top, very flat top post. It's pinned up there for you. Share it and like it. And then you go to our Twitter account and then like and retweet that post.
We got 2 of these to give away today. We're going to give away, you want to do one now and let Ty and Phil give away one in halftime?
You're the boss, man.
All right, let's do that. We'll give the Facebook giveaway here.
Okay.
And then that'll give you guys out there and you gals out there some more time to follow and like and retweet on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And Ty and Phil will give the other one away
on
in
Friday.
halftime between noon and 2.
On Friday?
No, today.
Oh.
Today. So...
Why, you want to be the one that gives it away, Nick? Because you're going to be working in for Ty on Friday?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's going to be awesome. So be sure to get after it on social media. All right, let's go ahead and get into the best and the worst of the weekend.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
We the best.
This is the worst.
It's time for the best and worst of the weekend.
All right, the best and the worst of the weekend. There's a lot to pick from when there's as many things going on, and of course you could go sports related, and that's fine. Totally get it. In fact, I'm sure we're going to talk about it, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit and go non-sports related. The best thing of the weekend was this weather.
Yes.
And we're also experiencing the weather today. It's going to be a high of 72 degrees and sunny. That might be one of the most perfect days you could have. It's going to be a little windy, but that's fine. But I'm getting the itch for spring.
Mm-hmm.
And when this weather comes along, it's going to make me mad at the end of the week when it gets back into the 40s. But there's just something about, like, when you get that special day in wintertime that hits 70 degrees. It's almost like opening up the bag of food that you get at a fast food restaurant, finding the bonus fry at the very bottom of the bag, where it's like, you thought it was over, you thought you had no more left, but then you find it. And it's the same way.
Like finding a 10 in a coat pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's just something special about it. And the fact that it happened over the weekend was great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing shorts right now. Ty's wearing shorts right now. Nick's not, but that's okay.
Yeah. Have to have a meeting about the dress code around here.
Yeah, but it's just so nice.
Step it up a little
It's
bit.
nice, though, to be able to have a day in the beginning of February where you can just enjoy outside for a change. And there's just something special about it. And I think that it was great. I think that we get today and tomorrow actually are going to be really warm as well. But you got to enjoy it while you still can, though, because it's going to get right back down to cold weather this weekend. But, man, it gives me in the mood for going golfing, for going to the lake, for doing all this fun stuff outside. So that's for sure.
Speaking of golf, my best of the weekend came from golf, and Johnny Miller.
He had to go through the gauntlet, and the putts that he made coming in were really strong, and he drove the ball terrifically. They made the course really easy, and it was set up really, really easy today, folks, but still a heck of a round.
So why Johnny Miller? Why is that the best of the weekend? Saturday was his final golf broadcast. Thank the Lord. Johnny Miller is no longer on Golf TV. I could not be happier. That was the best thing that happened this weekend.
Just what was it? Was Ricky Fowler that won?
Yeah, he won, had double. That's not the best part of the weekend. The best part was Johnny Miller's no longer going to be telling everybody how terrible everybody else is and how good he was. Thank God Johnny Miller's off TV.
So you're not a fan?
Not a fan. Never have been a fan.
Because of his negativity and just the way he always...
Well, some people interpret it as he tells it like it is. I just never... Even Tiger in his heyday, he didn't think he was any good. He's never thought anyone was any good. So I'm glad Johnny Miller's done.
So it is... Sorry, did he get fired?
No, he just retired.
He just retired, okay.
He only had a short 30-year career on TV.
Well, I'm about to say, so he's good enough to keep a job for that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Controversial.
Just not a fan. I'm not a fan.
No. So. All right. Well, Nick, what was your best of the weekend?
My best of the weekend has to be hanging out with Ty. Ty and I came in, what was that, Friday? Friday?
Yeah,
I was here.
Friday.
I was here on Friday. I'll say this, though. I will not. So everybody's invited with me to Vegas anytime except for Ty. Because if Ty gets down like that in Fort Smith, Arkansas, there's no telling. We probably would die if him and I went to Las Vegas together. So, the best of the weekend.
Did he get carried away?
Definitely was.
Physically?
Was no. He actually didn't or whatever. But yeah, the best of the weekend had to be that. And then the best part of the weekend had to be watching Ty consume about 15 hot dogs from the hot dog man outside of the place that we went to.
Man, well.
After we left McDonald's.
Oh. Well, and just thinking now, Ty also has a lot of the leftover food from your Super Bowl party last night. So Ty's going to be. He's going to be going
set for
strong.
the week.
Yeah, he's doing some meal prep.
Hey.
His meal prep is taking over leftover food.
People out there, email Ty. Ty's one of those people that even if you don't know him, you still invite him to like your bachelor party or to like any type of guys trip because he's going to get things turned up.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Oh, you got your spokesman.
It's always the quiet ones that
always
surprise you.
And I was not expecting that either. I thought he was going to be just kind of awkward and just kind of like, not really doing anything. Man, talking about the life of the party.
Hard in the paint, huh?
Yeah. It's a few girls at a couple of places that are still looking for him.
Well, follow
I'm
him on
sure he
Twitter.
appreciates you airing all of that out here during this segment.
Yeah, hey, there's worse things he could have done for him. That's for sure. So that's a good one. Hey, the worst of the weekend, though, there's a lot to choose from the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But I'm going to go a little different on this one as well. The worst thing I saw was after the Super Bowl ended and Tracy Wolfson trying to get the interview with Tom Brady.
That was painful. As a broadcaster, that was painful to watch.
I was getting claustrophobic watching it. because she and CBS, and this has been the way it's been forever, is that they get first dibs on the interview with the star player right after the game. It's how it's always happened. They pay
$9 billion
right.
or whatever it is they pay. Yeah,
you deserve it.
You paid for the right.
You paid for the right. Well, she goes out there, and it starts where she's next to Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady, first off, is not wanting to do that just yet. He wants to go and hug his players and then hug opposing players and tell them good job and all that, be a sportsman-like. And so that's not necessarily the issue. The issue was all the cameramen, the videographers, all these people are just mobbing Tom Brady. Security, if there was any, I know that there were some guys out there wearing polo shirts, but they did a horrible job of trying to protect all of it. The pile was moving around. Little Tracy Wolfson, who was about 5 foot nothing, looked like she was just getting engulfed. It looked like the battle scene from Game of Thrones, which I know none of you guys will understand, but that's fine. People out there will know. When it was the Battle of the
It looked like a
Bastards.
scrum.
That's what it looked. I mean,
like a rugby scrum.
It was like Where's Waldo trying to find Tracy Wolfson in there.
I felt bad for her.
That was a terrible look. It was really uncomfortable and awkward. It was like 4 or 5 minutes of just nothing happening except for you hearing voices in the background of Tracy Wolfson's microphone. It was just a bad look for everybody involved.
It was worse, but not as entertaining as Mike Irwin at the College World Series about 10
That is for
years
sure.
ago.
Because unlike
It was
Tracy
something like that, but not as entertaining. Mike's was more entertaining.
Well, I was
at
about to
least,
say,
at the College World Series.
Unlike Mike Irwin, Tracy Wolfson didn't throw the bows and stuff to get people out of the way like Mike did. So, yeah, it was really entertaining, though.
All right, my worst of the weekend came from the same moment, but a different subject. Did Robert Kraft and Tom Brady kiss on the lips?
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know
What
about
was
all
that? I mean, I wish I could bring you the video here on the radio, but what did I mean? I had to sit up in my chair. Did I see that right?
I had to rewind it. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
I did not want to rewind it, but what happened there? I mean, I see guys kiss on the cheek, and I'm uncomfortable if that was me, but that's fine. But that looked like a square on the lips kiss.
See, and that's the thing is like, of course you got to tread lightly these days when you're talking about this thing, but that's something that it's like, I don't think I could ever, just me, and I think most people I know, you could never, first, like you said, kiss on the cheek. I'd feel weird if somebody did that to me if it was a guy. And a kiss on the lips, whew, it just wouldn't fly.
I mean, it's not like you're trying, it wasn't like it's a private moment in the middle of the Mercedes-Benz Dome, their stadium, whatever they call it, the Mercedes-Benz in the field following the Super Bowl with 1,000 cameras around.
Because the only other thing that I can think of that happened, I don't know if you remember this, Nick, when Charles Barkley and that referee kissed on the lips. That old man referee.
Yeah, but remember the referee, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
He'd been around
Dale or Dick?
Yeah, they did a race.
Dick Bavetta.
Yes, they did a
Dick
race
Bavetta.
and just to have fun. Charles Barkley beat him, but then he embraced him with a kiss on the lips after. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but that was.
Well, that was
Charles Barkley and Bavetta was a character too. All in good fun. So that was. I don't know. It was the worst thing I saw this weekend.
Well, Nick, what would happen if one of your best friends came up and kissed you on the lips? No.
And I mean, I don't even. So you know how when I make jokes about like the black-white thing or whatever, and you just stay far away from it because you don't want to put your foot in your mouth.
That's what you're doing now.
I'm good.
That's probably the smartest thing.
I'm good.
But I guess
I just want to make sure my TV wasn't broke. I wasn't the only one that saw that.
No.
I don't kiss my mom or my sister in the mouth.
Yeah.
So, and in fact, in a handful of years, I won't be kissing my daughter in the mouth anymore. and in fact, I can't even tell you the last time I kissed my daughter in the mouth. So I'm definitely not kissing my boss in the mouth.
Gives a whole new level to the employee-employer relationship.
I'm good on that.
We got a ruling on the field here, according to Brad. If Ricky Bobby can kiss a man, so can Brady. So there you go.
Oh, well, you can have that one, Brad.
Hey, let me squeeze this one in real quick. Worst of the weekend. If I am going to go out, if I'm in a championship game, if I'm in a playoff game, I'm going to go out with my stars, right? So I'm thinking that Gurley was hurt the entire time because, there's this thing out there, his ankle was hurt. Well, I mean, every time he got the ball, it seemed like he wasn't hurt. It seemed like there was like a burst. I mean, like he could run. So I just didn't understand. I don't know. It just didn't seem like he was part of the game plan at all. Yeah. And I just didn't understand that. And, I mean, people kept saying, oh, well, he's hurt. He's been hurt for the last month. But, like, he had a burst every time that he got the ball. So, My worst of the weekend is if you're going to go out, if I'm a play caller, get your best players the ball.
All right, so there you have it. It's the best and the worst of the weekend. So let's go ahead and let's give this Bud Light cooler away. We have a name on this, guys, right? Yeah, I guess Nick is going to Nick
I didn't
is
know.
gonna read
Yeah,
it.
you get to do the honors, Nick.
Yeah,
I didn't know why you
congratulations,
sent
Nick.
it to me.
And why is he texting me this name?
Can you send it to me again?
Oh, my
good
goodness.
Lord.
Christ, come on.
What are you doing?
I didn't know.
How do
Hey,
you what do you mean send it again?
Hey,
You
we
have
sent it to
it.
John. Send it to John.
What
I didn't
is
know.
this?
Look, I didn't know why he was. I didn't know why he was doing that, and I thought he was doing it so he can remember who the person was.
Okay.
He said he wanted to announce that we team up.
No, I said I wanted
5-year-old
to announce
T-ball
it
here, and
on,
boom.
on Friday. Today's Monday.
Oh, just
on
mute-
halftime.
Just mute the mics.
Yeah, just
crying
you're
out loud.
done.
Okay.
2-minute
So,
penalty.
Today's
Levitard
winner
show here. 2-minute penalty.
on the Morning Rush, our winner from Facebook for the Bud Light cooler is Marshall Schwartz. So
All right,
congratulations, Marshall. Give us a phone call at 877-377-6963. We'll give you the details on that. Again, Marshall Schwartz from our Facebook page. More of the Morning Rush coming up next. Stay with us.
The most honest sports radio show in Arkansas. The Morning Rush continues next.
Now is the time to talk to Burton Pools and Spas during the preseason sale. Enjoy a full swimming season in a 32x16 Grecian in-ground pool with payments starting at $235 a month with approved credit. That's only $235 a month. And for the first 20 customers, get a free upgrade to a saltwater pool system. Call now to make your appointment, 479-648-3483 or online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun. The folks at Crabtree RV in Alma would like to say thank you for the overwhelming success of this year's Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show. We took in so many top quality trades that we are now overstocked with pre-owned inventory. So if you've been looking for that motorhome, fifth wheel, or travel trailer, now is the time to buy. We have the right RV for your next adventure at a fraction of the original MSRP. Shop us today. Crabtree RV, next to the Cracker Barrel in Alma. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
This is the Morning Rush.
Thirsty yet? Your favorite beer, wines, and spirits are just a quick click away at mysodies.com. Order online or on our app and pick up in the drive-thru. Or come in and we'll help you find something new to try at our tasting area, featuring 8 wines and 8 craft beers. Experience the best at Sodies Wine and Spirits.
Or Auto Park in Fort Smith combines over 90 years of family-owned experience with the best sales and service teams around. And at Or Auto Park, every new vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty, free maintenance for 2 years, and free car washes for the life of the vehicle. The largest selection, the biggest discounts, and the best buying experience around. These are some of the reasons why you always score more with Or Auto Park in Fort Smith. Stop in today, or they are always open online 24/7 at orautopark.com.
Let's go to the Warehouse Club or the big chain tire store and buy some tires. Why? You think you're saving money? You aren't. Jody'sAuto.com has the best tire brands at the same prices as the Warehouse Club or chain. Price match guarantee and free flat repair to everyone. At the club or chain, you will pay for road hazard protection. Not at Jody'sAuto.com. Free road hazard when you buy 4 tires. What else do they have? Tires and installation, 1 location. Jody'sAuto.com, 3 locations. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, air conditioning, steering and suspension, everything, one stop. Not one stop for every service, one stop for all of it. Best warranty on service and repairs anywhere. Spend $30. Get free roadside assistance. Yeah, that's what you get when you deal with a local company established in 1984 with a motto of do what's right. Jody'sAuto.com for tires and all the rest.
With your hectic schedule, it's hard to find time to keep your house clean. So for the carpets, upholstery, drapes, wood floors, and more, why not leave the cleaning to the professionals? Service Master Clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve. A clean carpet isn't all they guarantee. They have over 50 years of experience in the cleaning industry with an unrivaled reputation for service, professionalism, and customer satisfaction. Their employees are professionally trained and well-equipped. They specialize in cleaning carpets, upholstery, draperies, and wood floors to give your home that deep down clean. Give ServiceMaster Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Their knowledgeable, insured, and professional technicians will provide you with a free, no-obligation estimate you can rely on and a guarantee to do the work right the first time, or they'll do it over, no questions asked. That's ServiceMaster Clean. Give ServiceMaster Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve.
Unlimited personal group training at the Fort Smith Athletic Club. Personal group training is a great way to create accountability for your fitness while improving mobility, endurance, and overall wellness. Reach your fitness goals faster with personal group training. Only $60 a month. Call Mike Johnson at 479-926-0193. These workouts are high intensity and get results in under an hour. Only $60 a month. Call for class schedules and details. 479-926-0193. Results happen here at the Fort Smith Athletic Club.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter. It's the picture in the hall of your great-grandfather, whose mustache he willed to your son.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call me, Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
In Fort Smith, call me, Jeff Clark.
ESPN 95.3. Spitting the most fire takes you'll ever hear all morning long. Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Hey, if you want to go and see Mike Anderson after a great victory over the LSU Tigers over the weekend, I'm sure he's going to have a few more smiles on his face. You can do that at Sassy's tonight at their location on College, the Sassy's Red House, the original Sassy's Red House, for Mic'd Up with Mike Anderson. They'll be starting at 7 o'clock. I'm sure it's going to be a packed-out place as well. So it's going to be a great atmosphere with some great food, great drinks, great everything. So be sure to stop by there. And, of course, if you're looking for somewhere to go for lunch, you can always go to that location as well as the location off of Weddington for Sassy's. Get you some great barbecue because, hey, even though the Super Bowl's over, doesn't mean you can't have a second dosage of some barbecue in your system. So, again, check out their locations, 2 of them in Fayetteville off of Weddington and off of College. And there for Mic'd Up with Mike Anderson at the location on College, the original Sassy's Red House. You know, last night when we went to Tommy's house, this buffalo dip that you had.
Yeah, my wife makes this buffalo chicken dip.
Because I was trying to figure out what was the best thing that we had last night. Because there was a lot of food, and we had a lot of dips and a few desserts. And that may have been part of my favorite thing. Might have been the desserts because your wife made some strawberry cake.
Y'all wanted a strawberry cake, so I didn't deliver. She delivered.
Yeah, it was great and then we had salsa, we had some meat dip, and we had some guacamole. I mean, we had buffalo dip,
French onion dip.
Yeah, we had there weren't little smokies, but they were like the little sausages.
Yep,
they
were better than little smokies.
Man. No, they were. I'm just saying that they were like set up like the same way as little smokies and all that too. So that's the thing is, man, just you think back to all the Super Bowl food we had, and we had a whole segment on this last Friday and talking about it.
I don't know. I kind of woke up feeling a little sluggish this morning.
It was a tough go.
Oh,
you're not used to that.
I don't need to eat till Wednesday.
Yeah, you're not used to that.
And I didn't eat all day, waiting till last night.
Yeah,
and I really kind of avoided the carbs. I didn't eat much dessert at all. Just ribs and meat. You know.
What do you mean you didn't eat much dessert at all? Like what's much dessert?
I had one half slice of peanut butter pie that was there.
So you didn't even have your wife's strawberry cake? Man, does she know?
I left it all for y'all.
You know that? Well, I mean, it was. Which, by the way,
she did feed me one bite of it to see what I thought. It was very good.
Nick, this is great because I have never seen anybody do this, but it's brilliant. So Tommy last night when we were leaving, he's like, "Hey, take some of this stuff with you, more than what we're taking." And he hands me and my girlfriend.
They left with more than they brought.
He gives us to-go boxes like you would get at a restaurant.
Absolutely.
Like they have an assortment of to-go boxes.
Yeah, I keep the styrofoam to-go box. I keep a supply of them on hand.
And it cracks me up because I'm like, I would have never thought of that. Yeah. That's something that's pretty brilliant to have, and I don't know of anybody else that has just a styrofoam stack of to-go boxes like you'd get at a restaurant.
Well, no. You know why people don't have that? because, first of all, only the 1% of the 1% live in the gates.
That's true.
Then, of the gated community, only the 1% of them actually have so much food that they're like, y'all can take this. Run along.
Yeah. Well, I actually turned into the wrong house at first yesterday when coming into Tommy's house because, those $1.5 million houses kind of
they all get confusing.
Get confusing. But then I remembered, I was like, wait a minute, no. Tommy's got an unfinished fireplace in his backyard. So that's how I found out.
Exactly.
It is the scaffolding that's going on there in your backyard.
Unfortunately, you are correct.
Yeah.
Other than the first part.
Yeah, but no, it was a lot of fun because that's the thing is it's fun to be able to watch it with a lot of people and have some great food. And that was honestly my favorite part of the Super Bowl was the food. I mean, if you go away hungry, that's your fault.
I was just disappointed Nick Mason didn't roll up in the limousine.
That's twice now he's bailed.
Okay, the first time wasn't Ty's fault. That was Ty's fault.
How is that Ty's fault?
Ty made it.
Because
was there.
Yeah, because he stays down the street. But Ty got me too many Tommy Kraft Diet Dr. Peppers. And, I mean, man.
And Ty did contribute pizza to a barbecue, which actually got eaten a lot of it, surprisingly enough. But people were big fans of the pizza that Ty brought, too. So you had a mixture of everything going on there at Tommy's house. So I'm sure everybody else had a wonderful Super Bowl party as well. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. More of the Morning Rush coming up next.
For a new pool or spa, Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
It's Razorback Camper Sales Model Year Blowout Sale. These are the lowest prices in the state. Check out the 21-foot Salem Bunkhouse Travel Trailer. It has all the options, only $15,929 or just $163 a month. Or the 26-foot Salem Bunkhouse with slide out for extra room, only $19,990 or $205 a month. As always, it's a low-pressure, no-hassle experience at Razorback Camper Sales. Exit 1 off of the bypass in Hot Springs or online at razorbackcampersales.com.
No matter what your more is, the $10 bundle offers more ways to make those dreams a reality. Just remember, win with 10 from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery and get the $10 bundle. You get $12 worth of tickets, Powerball, Mega Millions, Lucky for Life, and Natural State Jackpot, all for just $10. That's 7 shots at life-changing jackpots. So win with 10 on the $10 bundle today. With Quick Picks only. Offer ends February 28th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett from Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Williams Tractor in Berryville, and Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers. It's finally 2019, and it's never too early to start planning for the upcoming season. Come see us during the Kick the Tires event going on now for great in-store deals and finance options on all New Holland equipment. Choose from New Holland tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, or construction equipment. But it all ends March 31st, so hurry in to check out the savings during the Kick the Tires event at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers.
The morning show that knows the Hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
You know, a night out with friends can be so much more. Upgrade your evening at 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on the Avenue. Rediscover life's simple pleasures. Dial back, slow down, and immerse yourself in what true relaxation can be. Top shelf wines and liquors, premium beers, world-class cigars, all in an atmosphere that feels less like a lounge and more like a destination. Sample, indulge, escape. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Upgrade your night on the Avenue.
Why go north when you can get the best deal on a new GMC or Buick here locally at Harry Robinson Buick GMC? There is no reason to drive more than an hour to buy your next vehicle. Harry Robinson has the same big rebates and discounts promised at other dealers, and Harry always gives you more for your trade. So when it comes time for your next vehicle, don't go north. Come see why Harry Robinson is the fastest growing Buick GMC dealer in the region. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. Razorback videos, articles, and podcasts. Find them all at hitthatline.com. This is The Morning.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush at Or Auto Park at 6500 Auto Park Drive in Fort Smith. They are the home of the lifetime engine warranty on all new vehicles, free maintenance for 2 years, and free car washes for the life of the vehicle. Cadillac, Chevrolet, and Nissan at an affordable price. Or Auto Park also has a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs for you to choose from. Visit OrAutoPark.com where you can score more with Or. By the way, a lot of people coming out on Twitter as far as what their best and the worst of the weekend. A lot of people are hating on the Super Bowl performance by Maroon 5. Maroon 5, Travis Scott, and Big Boy from Outkast.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, Tommy, you're I wouldn't say that those are 3 artists that you choose personally.
There's some stuff with Maroon 5 I like, but the other 2, I'll be honest, I'd never heard of before they were announced as Super Bowl performers.
You ever heard of Outkast, though, at all?
Yeah, I heard of Outkast.
So you've never heard of Travis Scott?
No.
He dates the Kardashians. Well, I mean, she's not a Kardashian, but he dates Kylie Jenner. They got a baby together.
All right.
So now you know, Tommy. Now you know who Travis Scott is.
You've never heard of Travis Scott?
Wow. Does Tommy look like he reads like People magazine? Like
no, but it looks like he keeps up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, he does have that look to him. After
Even
all.
though once again she's not a Kardashian.
Yeah,
but.
no, it has that look to him. So if you had your druthers, Tommy, you'd want a country concert.
I don't really care. It's 20 minutes. If I don't like it, I'll just get up. I'm going to watch whatever they put. I just find it interesting that the most listened to format in all of radio as a whole is never the central. You telling me if you put Garth Brooks out there for a halftime show, it wouldn't be good?
I mean,
It'd
but
be
you
great.
don't think of like country. Whenever you're thinking of sports, though, or whenever you think about basketball and football, country just does not come to mind. Now, I do
SEC
see what you're
football.
saying, though. I do see what you're saying, though.
Garth Brooks is going around the country selling out football stadiums.
Yes, and
if you saw the deal at Notre Dame, it was pretty entertaining. But it's always been this way. So, I mean, I'm not expecting it to change. I just find it interesting that all the data shows this is what the majority, but they're not interested in appealing to the majority.
Yeah.
Are you telling me last night's halftime show appeals to the majority of Americans?
So who's it trying to appeal to? That's the question.
I think it's trying to bring in a crowd that's probably not not interested in the game itself, because whether Garth Brooks plays at halftime or pick another, the Zac Brown band or pick someone else, it doesn't matter. Chris Stapleton. If that was the halftime show, those 3, that'd be awesome. But I'm still going to watch the football game even when you had a show like last night. The point of last night's halftime show was let's get some people in here that aren't going to watch the football game at all, but they'll watch that halftime show. And I think the reality is people that like country music probably like football already.
Yeah. That's a good point. And it all makes sense because I think that the demographic.
I just think that it would be interesting to see what the ratings would do and the response would be and the reaction would be if they had that kind of show and tried it out and brought in. I mean, you think Garth Brooks would turn down doing halftime at the Super Bowl?
No.
I don't think so.
And maybe I'm just looking at it.
And he's as big as a name as there is in music.
Oversimply or way, but I just feel like I don't know how many people will be like, I wasn't going to watch the Super Bowl, but the fact that Maroon 5's performing or Travis Scott, now I'm going to watch the Super Bowl.
Now, I think the Maroon 5, and I could be wrong, but I think that had a lot more to do with people were turning it down as well.
Yeah, that's true too.
Hey, stop by the paint store in Van Buren. They can help you with great color selection from Richards Paint. And the thing you're going to like when you get to the paint store is Sue and Vicky. They've been there 30-plus years. They're going to give you personal service. Now, you walk into one of the big national stores, good luck finding somebody. You're probably going to have to hit the button that tells the computer overhead, customer needs help in the paint department. Then you got to hit it again. You got to hit it again. But finally, someone shows up and they don't know anything about paint to begin with. That's never an issue at the paint store. Professional advice. Sue and Vicky are there all the time to help take care of that for you. The paint store is at 1414 Fayetteville Road in Van Buren. Or call them at 474-4505. You know exactly what you need. They'll have it ready for you. That's 1414 Fayetteville Road in Van Buren. Quality Richards Paints at the paint store in Van Buren.
Coming up next, we'll get back into Arkansas and LSU and what it means going forward. Stay with us, folks.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources with big news about how you can save hundreds or even thousands with state sales tax paid. That's right, get your nicer newer car now and we'll pick up the state sales tax. It's our most popular offer, but whew, it's expensive, so we can't do it forever. And you want to be the first one in line for the best selection from our Meineke inspected Rath Road Ready inventory. We know a lot of you are waiting on tax refund money, which may have been slowed down due to the Don't sweat it. Bring in your W-2, and we'll use our TaxMax program to get you access to your money now and get you driving in your nicer, newer car today. But don't wait. This offer is only good for the first 72 customers this month. So visit us today and let one of our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists help you start driving better in a Rath Road-ready vehicle with state sales tax paid. Only at Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer 4 years running, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of the corner of Towson and Phoenix in Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
Your #1 Arkansas fans. Auto insurance and Jerry Roller Insurance is a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Jerry Roller Insurance today at 479-785-5555 or see their website at jerryroller.com. Again, that's 479-785-5555 or their website at jerryroller.com.
The big store-wide winter clearance sale is going on now at Jelco Outdoors. Save 50% off work, casual, and hunting clothing with brands like Woolrich, Sitlop, Drake, and more. Tree stands, game cameras, game calls, archery equipment, hunting boots, and hundreds of items at 50% off. Shop while the selection is at its best. Thinking about spring? Check out the new fishing kayaks and all the new fishing gear at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. The most entertaining sports talk radio show in the Natty State. This is Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a Monday morning quarterback presented by Crabtree RV.
Exit 13 off of I-40 next to the Cracker Barrel in Alma. Just wrapped up the Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show. They have got a lot of trade-ins they took in over the last 8 or 9 days. Right now, you can stop in and take advantage of those great deals, plus all the inventory they got right now marked down at Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off of I-40. They took in a lot of local trades, a lot of clean trades that you want to look at. So if you're thinking about getting upgrading or getting your first RV or travel trailer, now is a great time to see Lee J and the gang and see what they have to offer. Big, wide variety, great selection at Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off of I-40. Crabtree RV is where your family's dreams come true.
Mike Anderson had this to say after beating LSU on the road in Baton Rouge.
I saw Coach Dale Brown in here. It just reminded me of all the games when I was here as an assistant with Coach Richardson. We had some crazy games. And they all end up kind of like that there. And it reminded me of that tonight. What a hard-fought game, and we're fortunate to come out on the right side of it. You know, LSU had a lot of things going for them going down the stretch, but I thought the resilience of our guys. We had Daniel fouled out. We had Jalen Harris fouled out. Gabe was aboard. So I'm out there with some really young guys. But I thought those guys, they hung together and found a way to win.
It's definitely a much more excited Mike Anderson. By the way, the dance that he did, if you haven't seen that video, the celebration that they had and the dance, that obviously it meant a lot to him and meant a lot to the Razorback basketball team to go out there and get a victory against LSU, because they were one of the better teams in the SEC. They had a lot of close calls, but the fact that they were 7-0, 17-3 overall, I mean, this is a game that I did not expect Arkansas to win, but now they get the victory. But now it's about, okay, what are you going to do with it now? Is this going to be just a flash in the pan? You play out of your minds, you just get hot from three-point land and you shoot really well? Or is this going to be a spark in the turnaround of getting it going as the season goes on? Because, again, you have 10 regular season games left. You have, of course, the SEC tournament. You're sitting there where you're looking at, it's 13-8 right now. You're 4-4 in conference. You have opportunities in front of you, quality games against quality opponents that if you won those games, they'd be considered quality wins. And to give everybody an update as far as the net rankings go, which we all know that that's what the NCAA is using as a tool for selecting, the NCAA tournament teams. Arkansas's ranking right now is 57 after that victory against LSU.
57 and climbing.
That's right. That's what they're sitting at. I
Yeah,
mean,
and you got a chance to get some more quality wins. You got road games at Kentucky. I don't know how good the Auburn road win would be at this point. I mean, it'd still be a good win. Don't get me wrong, but there are no games you can lose and you're better off. So I mean, any win's a good win, but that would be another good road win. This South Carolina. I mean, you got LSU. I mean, you got Vanderbilt, and then you go to South Carolina. South Carolina overall for the year, their record doesn't indicate they're a great team, but I'm telling you, they're 6-2 in the league right now, and I
think a lot of that though has to do with, and I have to go back and see who they've beaten. Man, this is just not a very good league though, and you can catch the right combination of teams, the right combination of games, and have a record like that.
I agree.
But if you've watched South Carolina, that's another team.
Yeah.
They're not very good.
Which, by the way, South Carolina, their games so far this year, they beat Florida, they beat Mississippi State. They've beaten Vanderbilt, Missouri, Auburn, and Georgia. So those are their victories in the SEC. So a couple good wins there against Auburn and Mississippi State. And even Florida could be considered a good win. But it was a weird thing because they were so bad. I mean, they lost to South Beach. Like that, there's a school called the South Beach.
But it was like January 1 came around. We're going to start conference play, and boom, we're going to flip the switch.
And they just turned it on. So they're 6-10, 11-10 overall, and almost was like the 2015 Razorback football team where they were 7-5 overall, but 5-3 in conference. Where it's like you feel like they're a lot better team than what their record indicates. But they're always going to be a solid team under Frank Martin. You can't ever count them out.
10 games left for the Razorbacks. 4 of those 10 include games against Vanderbilt, Missouri, and A&M. You got to win.
That's helpful.
You got to win all 4 of those. And we're talking about a team that's got to win, 6 more of these games right now to get you into a conversation about possibly, maybe making the tournament. So there's 4 you got to win because you can't afford to lose them.
You'd be sitting at 19-12 if that ended up being at the end of
the 6
if
wins.
you get the 6 wins, and that's not including the SEC tournament, which a couple wins there, who knows?
4 games, 3 of those 4 are at home. You got to go win 2 more on the road somewhere. You got road games. You know, we're talking about Missouri. One of those wins, probably 2 of those 4 are on the road, at Missouri and at Vanderbilt. So where else are you going to win a game? South Carolina, Auburn, Kentucky. Where else are you going to go get a road win at? Are you going to get some home wins? You got to get some home wins then. Ole Miss, Alabama, Mississippi State. Those aren't the easy. I mean, Mississippi State and Bama's a kind of a confused. They're up and down. They played some teams tough. And I'm telling you, Vanderbilt has been playing teams better. They're not winning, but they're playing teams to the wire. So don't take them for granted. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens over these last 10 games. And can you win 6 or 7? That'd be a great turnaround for Mike Anderson. And I think what you were saying earlier, Nick, it'll be a season of what might have been. What might have been if you had not lost a couple of these games close, and where you might be on the seeding line and on the bracket that could give you a real chance.
The two big ones though have to be the back-to-back losses to Western Kentucky and
Georgia Tech.
And Georgia Tech. Those are going to be the 2 games that you circle, and you're like, man, what was happening at this point for you to lose these 2 games?
Well, and it makes me wonder because just say if they would have won those games, which they should have because those were bad teams. I mean, you're talking about 15-6 is what they're looking at right now.
Yeah.
And we are discussing of them still in the NCAA tournament
Well,
field.
if they win those 2 games after last night's win, it's leaning. So right now, I think it's leaning more they're out than they're in.
Yes.
To me.
Yes. I'm with you.
And even if you want them to be in and you're for this team, being for this team or against this team, it doesn't change the fact that right now today, you'd bet more money that they're not going to make it versus them making it. Whereas if you win those 2 games in the middle of the season, you'd be betting more so that they're in versus than them being out.
So what percentage would you put on it of them making the NCAA tournament right now? The chances of them. I mean, we're talking about 30%. I mean, even that good?
Definitely not even higher than that because you still the one thing that we've seen what from this team? Inconsistency.
Very much so.
And so I'm just kind of and hey, I'm knocking on wood. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. You know, this team, and the problem is they don't have a lot of depth anywhere. So then, you know, one injury. So is this team going to go throughout the entire year and nobody's going to get injured? Hey, I hope that happens. Or this team is going to go out the entire year. Because you got to think, best players.
We're about at that point where you hit the wall.
Right. And the best players on this team. So If I had to ask you, I'm going to ask you, who are the best 5 players on the basketball team?
I mean, Daniel Gafford for sure.
Yeah.
And then Mason Jones,
Okay.
Isaiah Joe.
Okay.
After that, I guess Jalen Harris, you'd have to make him. And
Okay.
then maybe Reggie Chaney.
Okay.
Like, that'd be my top 5.
Everybody you just named,
Kinda
this is
your
their
starters.
This is their but everybody you just named, this is their first year outside of Gafford. This is their first year playing SEC basketball.
Yep.
So you're telling me all 5 of those guys are going to continue to improve. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. Everybody you just named, Arkansas needs every single one of those guys to play decent or better for them to be able to win 7 out of the last 11 or whatever the case may be. So I mean, it's going to be tough.
And that's the worrisome thing about it, and that's why I'm not trying to put the cart before the horse, because you mentioned the word inconsistent, which this team has been. And this game that they had against LSU is a great win. They had an 18-point lead. I know it diminished and all that, but they still got out of there with a victory. They made the play at the end of the game, which I think none of us, when Gafford fouled out, I don't think anybody felt like Arkansas was going to win that game.
No.
They benefited from
including the coaches.
Yeah, they benefited from an absolute boneheaded decision by LSU to try. I'm trying to remember if it was Tremont Waters. Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was.
Now,
so he threw the pass.
Now, the guy was on the backside of Arkansas' zone and was wide open.
Yes, he was. I mean, it was there.
I mean, wide open.
But it was a risk that didn't need to be taken.
No.
And so Arkansas benefited from that stupid play made by LSU where they got the opportunity. Mason Jones goes down, hits the shot. And so, yeah, that's all great. You have a reason to be excited. You have a reason to celebrate after a victory like that. But if you're Arkansas and you're Mike Anderson, the last thing you want to do is be able to have that type of excitement victory. And then the rest of the way, you still have the same inconsistency where you come out and you lay an egg against Vanderbilt. Could you imagine how that would be if you go out and you have that big-time victory against LSU? You beat them in Baton Rouge. You beat them where they were 7-0 in conference play. And then 3 days later, you return home to play Vanderbilt, the worst team in the SEC, and you play like crap.
Can't lay an egg.
You can't. Because if you do it, that's like you
Just
got to
undoes everything.
You got to have some momentum. You got to have a stretch, because that was something we also talked about too. You got to be able to have a little bit of a run to get going on some games, because we felt like, okay, Arkansas they beat Georgia, whoop-de-doo, but then they have to go on the road to LSU, so it's hard. Well, now they've beaten LSU. So can you get on a little bit of a run? Can you beat Vanderbilt at home? Can you go on the road and beat South Carolina? Because if you do that, you're in great shape.
You got to keep winning like 2 of the next 3 of the next 4. That's the kind of consistency you got to stay on to get to what if the finish line's 10 or 11 wins. We think it's 10 to be in the conversation. Would you say 11 gets you in, Nick? So 11 puts you in. That's 20 wins.
But you had 20 and 11.
And put you at 11 wins in the SEC. That probably puts you top 5 in this league.
I guess it depends on who you beat.
If you get to 11, you kind of think that you're probably going to win your first round game. That's what you would kind of. So that kind of puts you. Man,
put you at 22 or 21 and 11.
21. I mean, the
that
whole.
means you win 7 of these last 10.
20.
You're
20,
a hot team going in.
It's just not the magic number. Now, being a hot team going in is so to me. I think if you're hot, you have a better chance of getting in at 19 than versus just being just a 20-win team.
I don't think the 20 means anything.
Yeah.
That's just what it would be.
Right.
I think 11 wins, more importantly, puts you somewhere in the top 5, no worse than 6th in this league, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. I'm of the opinion this league's going to get 5 or 6. So if you win 11, I think you feel a lot safer going to Nashville that you don't have a lot of work to do over there. Because in the regular season, you put yourself perhaps top 5, top 6, somewhere right in there with 11 wins.
Mm-hmm.
But to get there, you've got to win 7 of the last 10, and that's a huge question mark.
And if they're going to do that, I think it starts with these next 3 games. Because you have Vanderbilt at home, which Vanderbilt's terrible. You have South Carolina on the road, which they're really good in conference play right now. But, you feel like you would have to play a really good game to get that victory. And then you have on the road to Missouri.
Right.
So if you won those 3 games, those next 3 games, which 2 of those being on the road, even though they're not against great teams, tournament-style teams, they're not against those, you'd have a trip to now where you're on a 5-game winning streak and you have Mississippi State at home to be that kind of your statement game to say, you know what, this is real. This is not just you beating up on bad teams.
And everybody will be back on the other side of this team is in versus this team being out. Because right now, what that win did is it kind of grabbed everybody's attention just saying, okay, well, let's kind of put the fire Mike Anderson on pause and just see if they're going to do something else. If you win 3 in a row, which, you're better than every team that you just named, then you're probably back in the discussion.
If you just win your remaining home games and then go and win road games at Missouri and at Vanderbilt, you've got 7 right there.
Yeah.
You could afford losses at Kentucky and at South Carolina and at Auburn under that map.
How many more good teams do they actually play?
At home. At home they got
Mississippi
They
State.
got Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, A&M, Ole Miss, and Alabama. So depends on
probably-
what you think of Ole Miss. I mean,
so
Mississippi State's probably the best team left.
Yeah.
Then Ole Miss.
Then Ole Miss, then Alabama.
Alabama. Okay.
I'd say that.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, but if you win your home games, all of them, and then beat Missouri and Vanderbilt on the road, you're going to win 7 of the last 10.
You're at least going to be in the conversation.
That is, if the team that played Saturday shows up for 10 games, that's doable.
Yep, absolutely. So that's
Remember, I started that sentence with if.
Yes, because it is a big if. So at least we're laying out the path that Arkansas needs to go down. Will they go down it, though, is going to be the big question. We got to take a commercial break, get into the final segment here on the Morning Rush, and is all presented by Burton Pools and Spas.
And I don't know about you, but this springtime weather in the wintertime has got a lot of people itching for pool season, spring season, water coming back, and having some fun around the water. Hey, if you've been thinking about getting a pool, Burton Pools and Spas has a great deal right now. It's their preseason sale, but it's very limited. Limited to the first 20 customers to get the best deal. A 32x16 Grecian in-ground pool. Monthly payments start at $235 a month with approved credit. And for the first 20 Morning Rush listeners, whether you're in Fort Smith, Springdale, it doesn't matter where, Harrison, Mountain Home, Clarksville, Russellville, call now, and the first 20 get a free upgrade to a saltwater system. This will make your pool much easier to maintenance, cut down on all the chemicals and the things you need to buy to keep your pool in shape throughout the summer months, and it's the highest in customer satisfaction as well. You'll like the free saltwater upgrade when you call right now. 32x16 Grecian in-ground pool, and of course they can do any kind of custom pool you're looking for at Burton Pools and Spas. Here's the message, though. Get in line now. So they're building your pool and have it done by March, early April, and you're ready to enjoy an entire full swimming season. Now is the time to make your appointment. Call Burton Pools and Spas, Fort Smith or in Springdale, 648-3483. That's 479-648-3483. Or find out more online at burtonpools.com. It's the winter preseason sale right now at Burton Pools and Spas.
Honest Razorback talk that never yields. This is...
Now is the time to talk to Burton Pools and Spas during the preseason sale. Enjoy a full swimming season in a 32x16 Grecian in-ground pool with payments starting at $235 a month with approved credit. That's only $235 a month. And for the first 20 customers, get a free upgrade to a saltwater pool system. Call now to make your appointment. 479-648-3483 or online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
When you drive a Toyota Tundra or Tacoma, weekdays and weekends are two entirely different beasts. While an awe-inspiring view on a weekday might sound something like this.
Hon, there's a raccoon going through our trash again.
An awe-inspiring view on the weekend sounds a little more like this.
Whoa, Dad, this is crazy.
And while a bold adventure on the weekdays might be something like...
All right, kids, time to drive 3 hours to your swim meet.
Bold adventures on the weekend are closer to something like... Weekday?
Oh, cool. A standing desk.
Weekend.
Oh, cool. A ski boat.
You get the idea. Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them in the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Hurry in today. Toyota. Let's go places. Visit gstoffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and 2419.
The folks at Crabtree RV in Alma would like to say thank you for the overwhelming success of this year's Greater Fort Smith RV Boat and Outdoor Show. We took in so many top quality trades that we are now overstocked with pre-owned inventory. So if you've been looking for that motorhome, fifth wheel, or travel trailer, now is the time to buy. We have the right RV for your next adventure at a fraction of the original MSRP. Shop us today. Crabtree RV, next to the Cracker Barrel in Alma. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
This is the Morning Rush.
Guys, are you tired of all the hassles with your CPAP machine? Putting on the mask every night, cleaning or replacing hoses and filters? Tired of taking it on trips and wondering where you're going to plug it in? And don't forget the distilled water. You need a solution. River Valley Sleep Solutions. Replace your CPAP with an innovative custom-fitted mouthguard. Medical insurance is accepted, and financing options are available. Find out more at rivervalleysleep.com. That's rivervalleysleep.com.
With over 40 years combined experience, the team at the law offices of Craig L. Cook understand the definition of work, real work, working for you. Whether you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help navigating bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook, with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
For 55 years, Dunn Ford Company in Stigler, Oklahoma has been taking pride in the Ford cars and trucks we sell and service. At our Commercial Vehicle Center, we have the full line of Ford F-Series, Super Duty, and Medium Duty trucks. The Quick Lane at Dunn Ford does routine service and tires on all makes and models. Ask for the works, a 5-quart oil and filter change, tire rotation, and multi-point inspection for $39.95 or less. Dunn Ford in Stigler, 918-967-3384 or DunnFordCompany.com.
Have you been looking for your next place to call home and just haven't found the right one? Then it's time to check out the properties at Trinity Multifamily. With a variety of apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and houses, there is surely one to fit your needs. Whether it's in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, or Central Arkansas that you are looking at, they have you covered. Give them a call today. Trinity Multifamily, 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Well, the new year's in full swing and it's business as usual. But it doesn't have to be. If you're stuck with an old phone system or an old slow internet connection, chances are the technology curve has passed you by. Why not let Pinnacle Telecom help you get back up to speed? With lightning fast fiber internet connections and IP phone systems, Pinnacle Telecom can ensure you're not left behind. Get 4 new IP phones for as little as $99 per month. Check us out at pinnacletelecom.com. Pinnacle Telecom, tomorrow's technology today.
Doe's Eat Place is the best of the best steakhouse in the River Valley. Award-winning steaks in a great atmosphere is what you will experience every time. Doe's Eat Place offers over 150 selections of wine, including 50 Cabernets, 200 spirits, including 80 whiskeys, bourbons, and scotch, and 75 beers, with 20 different local beers and 50 imported and craft beers. Everything you need for a memorable evening is at Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd in Fort Smith. Open 5 till 9 Monday through Thursday and 5 till 10 Friday and Saturday. Call 784-9111 for reservations.
ESPN 95.3.
I'm in a hurry to get things done, oh I rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm
The best looking duo in Arkansas sports radio. Got it. This is the Morning Rush.
Final segment of the Morning Rush. By the way, the numbers are rolling in as far as the viewership for last night. CBS drew a 44.9 overnight rating for the Patriots and Rams.
44.9 means 44.9% of
television watchers.
Right? Well, that means everybody in the country.
Oh.
Whether you're watching TV or not. Out of the 340 million or whatever it is, 45% of you were watching the game.
That figure is the lowest for a Super Bowl since the Steelers and Cardinals drew a 42.1 in 2009.
What was the share? Does it say the share?
I don't have the share just yet. This is just the newest of numbers. But the Boston market got the 57.4, which is the best game since 2015. But the LA market got 44.6. So even though you had big market teams in LA and Boston,
that's surprising that Boston would only have a 57. What were the other 32% or whatever doing? What were they watching? And I still say these numbers are always low because They count one, how many people they count? A household of 3, 4, whatever. Yeah. All these people that go to bars, people that go to watch parties. I just don't think it's an accurate way on a night like last night when people gathered together to watch for it to work out correctly.
But it does make you wonder, just for fun, what if it was the Saints and the Chiefs? Do you think
here it would have been a much bigger deal. Yeah.
But do you think the overall draw would have been more interesting? Or if it was Breeze versus Brady?
I think a lot of people probably would like to see Mahomes. He's a very exciting player. It'd have been a more exciting game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How much did the way the game played out have to do with those numbers?
Probably a lot.
People turned it off.
Yeah, probably like, why am I watching this? It's was it 3-3 at halftime? I mean, gross. No one wants to watch that. So
unless you had 3 and 3 on your football squares,
yeah, that'd be the only reason you'd be excited about it. So, but I think we all can agree though that if it was different teams, like if it was the Saints versus the Patriots, or if it was, as long as the Rams weren't in, I think that would have been at least an interesting matchup for other reasons. But that's the way it goes. And now Tom Brady and the Patriots have 6 Super Bowls.
Again.
Glad finally something good worked out for Tom Brady.
I know. He needed a break.
He finally got a break.
Yeah, it's been 90 days since Boston's had a championship, so good for them. Appreciate everybody listening in today. For Tommy Kraft, Nick Mason, Ty Richardson, I'm John Neighbors. Same sports show, same sports channel tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody.